Okay, we are live. Let me just make sure I tweeted everything.
Right. Yeah, I'll
No.
retweet it.
All right, yeah. Thank you for the retweet.
Mm-hmm.
Let me post this in announcements. And one other Discord server. Anyway, welcome to tonight's stream. It's The Legend of Zelda, and I'll get the bad joke out of the way. This game's really rad.
Those
Is that a
creatures
joke?
from Ganon are really bad.
No, Lid gets the joke. I'm referring to the U.S. commercial for this, which is a fucking rap. That opens with "It's the Legend of Zelda, and it's really rad. Those creatures from Ganon are so bad." Yeah. Anyway.
So that is not something I've seen.
No. I've seen a lot of
I
retro.
think it's
I
funny
remember
that
in
they
like
have this.
2011, I watched like 2009 to 2011. I just go on YouTube. I just watch a lot of retro video game commercials. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell you the history. Lid, I've technically never beaten this game. I've given it one solid full playthrough in like 2010 or 9, right after I got this on the Virtual Console. Because this was when I got my Wii. A few months later, I got one of those $20 cards, and I got 4 games for my first Virtual Console games. It was this, Mario 3, Castlevania 1, and Kirby's Adventure. I got to this game. I played through it seriously once, and the farthest I believe I gave up at Death Mountain, because fuck Death Mountain. But I played through most of it, and I remember it decently well, but I was like, eh. Now, originally, my plan was to start the Zelda streams off with, by streaming Ocarina of Time. Alright, Lid, are you ready to see the thing in this ROM hack that you're gonna get mad at, that I think you might get mad at?
Oh, let me see.
This is what happens when you press the A button. It's not forward anymore. And that can hit enemies in different directions. Like in Link to the Past.
The stream is... I still haven't seen it yet. It's too far behind for me.
Oh, okay. Makes sense given your internet.
Yeah.
Let me also get chat up on my phone.
And just small streamers usually don't have the best latency.
Okay, so...
By Twitch. And also, what? You can't do that. That's cheating.
It is kind of cheating, but this game's hard, and you can patch it out. I just chose not to because I'm lazy. And also I'm a streamer, so I'm bad at video games, and I need help.
And
also, what are you gonna say, Eli?
I feel like
why can't Zelda jump?
Play
Why
Link's
can't they
Awakening.
jump?
Yeah.
Play Link's Awakening. Also Zelda 2.
Yeah,
And-
but Zelda 2, does that really count?
Kinda. I don't know if I'm gonna stream that game. Not because it's bad, just because, like, it's gonna take me fucking ever to beat that game because of how many game overs I'll get.
I mean, it is bad.
I think Zelda 2 is, like, a 6 or 7 that could be a 9 with a few tweaks. That's my Zelda 2, too.
I feel like most of Zelda 1 is, like, fine with the normal sword stab. the only enemy where I feel like this is like actually gonna meaningfully change things in a good way is fighting the Dark Nuts.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fuck
Those
those things.
are so hard.
So what's your history with Zelda 1? Let's get that. I gave mine. Hi, Blue Spruce. Yes, I am cheating.
I also first played it on the Wii Virtual Console, and I gotta say that's probably the worst fucking way to play that game.
You can play it with the classic controller, technically.
Yeah, but I didn't know those. I played it with sideways Wii remote.
That's all. I mean, to be fair, when you are a child and your hands are small, when you're a child and your hands are small, that D-pad ain't too bad. And there are still, even like discounting that, it's still not even the worst D-pad of that generation.
And
Not great though.
No.
Since then, I have at some point owned the game for pretty much every system that it has come out on. And I have beaten it on original hardware.
Okay. Yeah, you really like this game. What about you, Eli?
I've beaten this game through emulation, out of obligation, and don't want to play it again.
I
think that this is a stronger game than Metroid 1.
Absolutely.
But I also would have prefer this to also get a zero mission style.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it kind of did.
Here's the thing.
VS
No.
Legend of Zelda.
Not really.
Oh, that's not what you're counting?
BS Zelda is basically just the same game with new graphics.
Yeah, you're right. It's more of a Mario All-Stars thing than I think.
But like, I don't trust Nintendo even a little bit to try to zero mission this game.
I think there is a.
Oh, I don't mean now, but like in the era of zero.
I feel like A Link to the Past is already the best case scenario for that.
You know what? I can. That's pretty fair. Anyway, so
And you can say the same thing about like Super Metroid being the best case remake of.
I mean, it kind of.
Metroid 1.
I like Super
Yeah.
1 and Zero Mission, but I also respect Zero Mission a lot because it's.
But yeah, I mean, I respect. This is like a clearly hugely ambitious game for what it's on.
And also like
really
if you
playing
compare this to other like fantasy adventure games from for Japanese consoles and computers in 1985 and 86. Like Eli, have you ever played Highlight?
I've seen it. It looks terrible.
Yeah, Highlight came out before this. Imagine like that's the kind of thing. Also, there are cracks on the wall now, Lid. I respect that choice.
What the
Like
fuck
the-
are we playing?
We're playing Zelda.
I see.
The first one.
I just got done watching Michael Bay's Ambulance, and I have a lot of shit to say.
I think I'm the only person in this call who likes Bay, other than you.
This is
I don't even watch movies.
That's fair.
watching this movie and then seeing Michael Bay's name pop up on the credits is the most jarring shit that I can. This movie feels like it's 5 years from the future. Like, some of the camera work in this is absolutely revolutionary for like what is ultimately like a very dumb, slightly above Transformers level plot.
Interesting.
It is. It's everything good about Pain and Gain dialed up to like 11.
Fuck, I need to see that now. You
Yeah, like
because Pain
the
and Gain
camera is always moving and flashing between different people, similar to Pain and Gain, except here it's doing it 10 times as fast because the entire movie from 10 minutes in is one long car chase, and it doesn't feel jarring or like, you know, motion sickness. Like have you ever seen like a modern day like adventure film? They sort of start to feel like very dizzying in terms of like, you know, they're constantly going places. And
that King Arthur movie, for example.
yeah,
fuck that
and
movie.
the camera
Fuck Guy
never
Ritchie's
stays.
King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. That movie sucks. That's like, I think that might be my
Exactly.
least favorite movie of the 2010s. I like Guy Ritchie
The only
a
Guy
lot
Ritchie
too.
movie, the only Guy Ritchie movie I've seen other than the King Arthur one is his most recent film with Jason Statham, which
Oh.
is similar in aesthetic to this movie. It is 1,000,000 times better.
You gotta watch Snatch. Snatch is great.
I do. It's on the list. But yeah, this movie rocks. I think it's out on.
I forgot they do
Digital
that. Fuck off. Fucking assholes. Anyway,
Yeah, that's something that they wouldn't do in future titles.
Yeah.
that's something.
Have any of you here seen Ambulance?
No.
No.
No, I have no interest.
It honestly, it's insane. Also, although I will say, someone needs to fire Yahya Abdul's agent, because he keeps getting put in like these supporting roles, and he does a good job in them. But like, you know, for the most of them, the movies are very bog standard. I like him in The Matrix, and I like him in this, but he's not like the other movies that he's in are very like mid, I would say, and TV shows. And he is out acting everyone here except for maybe Gyllenhaal.
Oh, Jake's in it?
Yeah, and he's good in it.
Okay, that's cool.
He's doing Nick Cage, but it's
That's
not annoying.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's just having like a Nick Cage sort of like coke freak out the whole movie.
so some more things I want to bring up about Zelda 1 real quick before we descend into madness.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lid, you played this game, I feel like, the most out of any of us. When
never
you're
played.
playing this game, how much like stuff do you like to get before you go in the first dungeon?
Maybe a couple more hearts, but that's usually.
I think I'm gonna get a couple more hearts and the white sword because I know where that is.
I'm gonna give you my white sword.
You're gonna.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna need more than a couple more hearts.
No, you only need 5.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not much at all. I'm not grinding up for the blue ring though. Fuck that.
I have never actually played a Legend of Zelda game other than Breath of the Wild.
You should. They're good. Play Link to the Past.
They're all.
Yeah.
They're mostly all much better than Breath of the Wild.
I don't know. I appreciate it.
Okay, keep in mind, Lid and Eli have disproportionately negative opinions on open world games in general.
Yeah,
I like
that
Breath
is
of the
true.
Wild.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. I also
I think that- I don't know anything-
Other game. There are plenty
I
that
don't know
I
anything
prefer.
about the framework
I still like it.
series, though.
Zelda 1 is...
But
It is
I
a
appreciate
huge
it.
departure.
Zelda 1 is a decent
yeah.
game. I would say it is an acquired taste.
Okay.
I would say Zelda 1 is at least runner-up for game of the 80s.
No, I don't think I'd go that. I'm gonna say a hot take. I think RC Pro-Am might be a better video game than The Legend of Zelda.
That's crazy.
You're
Because I don't know RC Pro Am.
That's
you know those shitty top-down
Don't you
racers
fucking call.
where you rotate, you press left and right to rotate on like an isometric racetrack.
Lid.
That's what RC Pro-Am is. It's the worst fucking type of racing game ever
You
made.
hate that.
No,
No, that
I-
game's base.
I mostly just play Lego Racers over and over again.
That's pretty good.
I'm
Anyway.
trying to think of what my favorite game of the 80s would be. It's probably Mario 3.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to
That
agree with
era
you.
is harder for me to get into.
Mario 3 is probably my favorite game of the 80s. I'm trying to...
I don't think I have a game of the 80s.
I would put Mario 1 above 3.
I understand that opinion, and I've come to
fine.
respect that
That's
opinion,
fine.
but I will never agree with it.
I guess my game of the 80s would be
you
the
put
only
Mario
game that I've
2
actually
above Mario
played,
3,
which
that's
is for
crazy.
Star Wars for the Game Boy.
Star Wars for the Game Boy rules.
It is
It's
at
also hard as shit.
You know what I'll give Star Wars to the Game Boy? It's better than Empire Strikes Back for the Game Boy.
There's a lot of very good and very bad Star Wars
Oh
games.
yeah,
out
Star
there.
Wars has and yet Star Wars I would argue has one of the best batting averages for licensed games. Outside of like
Oh
Tony
yeah,
Hawk.
I mean, it is
Right on.
crazy that like there hasn't been. First, there hasn't been a Star Wars game to come out in like 3 years, And there hasn't like really been like a defining star. Like, they're
Squadrons
mostly
was
just
2 years ago, but I understand what you're saying. And that kind people
You
forget
know,
about
this-
Squadrons.
you should have had this
I don't even
conversation
count
yesterday.
Squadrons as a game.
Squadrons is a tech demo for people who bought
Yeah.
VR headsets.
Lid's opinion is, fuck
my-
you, I want Rogue Squadron, which, I mean, I also kind of would have rather had Rogue
I
Squadron before.
I would have also rather had Rogue Squadron. My conspiracy theory about that game is that it was originally going to be a DLC for the Battlefront 2 game. That was going to basically redo their flight model, because I guess the flight model in that game was very shitty. And then eventually Battlefront 2 got shit canned with the release of Rise of Skywalker, and they were just like, all right, turn what you have into a game that we can sell for no money,
Also,
and never do a single content update or DLC for.
Also, one thing that I was gonna say about this game is that, about Zelda in general, is that, so I was originally planning on streaming Ocarina of Time. I was gonna stream the 3DS version, probably. Then that PC port come out, and it's like, oh man, now I gotta wait for all the mods. So I decided this would be a great start. Anyway, right now I'm just grinding up money for a candle.
You know what I love about Zelda is that even though it has, I think, fantasy races that can, be considered equivalent to the usual ones,
Yeah.
it does have its own.
Yeah, no. Everything in Zelda is its own. In monsters and stuff. Like, yes, are moblins basically goblins / orcs? Absolutely. Like, everything is
Zoras are elves, essentially.
yeah,
But,
Gorons,
they're not exactly
Gorons
elves.
are kind of dwarves, but everything has its own flair. You're right about that. It's Zelda is its own iconography and series completely.
They should make good fantasy games again.
They should.
They made Elden Ring.
They did. That's true.
They did. I forgot that they made Elden Ring for a second.
But I was originally.
I wonder if the commercial success for the Elden Ring series will sort of kill hype for what's that fucking game for Elder Scrolls Elder Scrolls 6.
Well, that and also Starfield.
I feel
Well,
like
Elder Scrolls
like
6 is never
Starfield
coming out.
isn't a real game.
Um,
Starfield is not a real
I feel like
game.
the audience for Bethesda style open world games values completely different things.
Yeah. But I mean,
will
the
say, I
commercial
think a lot of
success of
people
Elden
want-
Ring at least proves that people can be weaned away from the drug of just making any shitty RPG
Well,
open world game.
to
and
be
selling
fair,
it
I
really
think-
well.
No, I think people bought Elden Ring thinking it was going to be like an Elder Scrolls style game. Like a lot of people probably bought it.
Really?
without
You know what? I can
was.
see that. Consumers are dumb.
Exactly.
Like they're not. They're,
They just
they're-
thought, it's
Con-
getting all these 10 out of 10s. It's a fantasy game. It's probably going to be the next
Yeah.
Skyrim.
consumers are just smart enough to be smarter than you give them credit for, but also still dumb.
I even saw like a lot of like fucking YouTubers and shit being like, "Hey, you know how people always say, what if there was Skyrim with multiplayer and or good combat? Well, guess what? Here it
That was
is."
fun. As long as it gets people into Souls games, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, which I think it is.
I think people who said that, like, if you didn't like Dark Souls, you should still give this a chance. While there are some aspects in which I would agree with that, overall, it really is just, like, a Souls game that, like, you can't...
Oh yeah.
I think.
I mean, I've never.
Oh, by the way,
it does enough different that it's interesting, but it is cool that it does have that baseline similarity.
I think in the same way that like Bloodborne got a lot of people, like, I think Elden Ring kind of has enough differences to it where I think it is more accessible than something like Dark Souls 1 or 2 or 3.
It is, but it still has that same kind of... I mean, I
No,
think
there's
the
a
combat
tree here.
is maybe
No,
a
there's
little more
one.
free, but it still has that same kind of difficulty in combat that, just a lot of people don't know what they're getting into.
I like that they made magic like I'll admit I didn't even know that there was magic in Souls games for a while because everyone that I knew fought like sword and board or two-handed.
Oh,
like,
they
all
do,
the-
they
so magic is broken in Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, and Elden Ring, for sure.
Mhm.
But broken
cool
for
that
different
just-
reasons.
All right, we can go. We can
It
go
is
get the white
essentially
sword now.
Terraria magic.
Are me and
They just like
Are me and Cole the only people here who put serious time into Terraria?
I
I
played.
don't know
I'm
what that
playing it right.
Oh,
played
I
a
think
lot
you.
of-
I think you just got past the eyeball boss.
I played a lot of the
Me?
multiplayer when I was in high school, but I remember almost none of it because it was basically just my friends doing all the work.
Yeah, yeah, that's sometimes how it do be. All right. Anyway,
Yeah,
Oh,
when they
Lid,
first
by
added
the
in
way,
the multiplayer, the game balancing was like completely broken because it didn't scale health for
oh, by the way,
enemies.
Cole, please retweet the
Yes.
stream if you haven't.
Yes, I'm back on Twitter.
You were away? I actually didn't know.
What were you saying?
Yeah, my
Noah?
main got banned.
Yeah,
for
explain
doing
why.
What are you saying? Explain what?
Explain why you were gone from Twitter, because it's really funny.
Oh, me. Oh yeah. I got banned, or I got a 10-hour for posting the Madison Cawthorn video.
Oh,
And I
that's
assumed-
right. You did that.
I assumed it was because I put a Drake song over it, and Drake's lawyers didn't take too kindly to, Drake's "Nice for What" playing as Senator sodomizes their cousin.
I
I
actually
guess
don't think
vaguely?
it's confirmed it's his cousin, but like it might be. I don't know. It might also be a
I think
staffer.
he confirmed it.
Oh, he
He like
confirmed.
confirmed.
Well, he confirmed
Yeah,
that it was
he
him
confirmed
having
it
gay
was
sex,
real.
but he didn't confirm that it was
Yeah.
his cousin. That's the one thing that I don't think is actually confirmed.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
But it was actually I got for I guess if you post like the regular unedited video, they have like the Hunter Biden's laptop preparations on where it like just auto suspends your account for 10 hours.
That's great.
When I logged back in, I had to like do one of those like I will not spread misinformation on
I am a
Twitter.
good citizen. He confirmed it. It's not misinformation. It's literal information.
Yeah.
You know what actually might be the closest thing to a zero mission of Zelda 1?
What?
Oracle of Seasons.
I haven't played either of the Oracle games seriously, but from what I've
Oracle
I
of
wouldn't say that, but what's your reasoning?
in terms of like mechanics, Oracle of Ages was sort of meant to be like a demake of like 3D style Zelda.
which one's the puzzle one and which one's the
Seasons.
combat one?
And Seasons was basically supposed to be here's more complicated Zelda 1 style stuff.
I heard one of them was like here's the combat Zelda and here's the puzzle.
Seasons is almost without.
Yeah, and that everyone who
The
I've
one
ever
that
heard
people
talk
are
about
saying
those
is more
games has said yes, Seasons is the better game.
So,
It has
I know this is
I had
never
a
gonna happen.
Nintendo
I'm not
child.
saying I've barely played the Oracle games. I'm just going about what consensus I've seen.
I think
I know
that,
this is never gonna happen, but I think they should get the Link's Awakening remake treatment.
I wouldn't
But
say
they're made by
never. I wouldn't
Capcom,
say
it's
never.
gonna happen.
I would say it is still within the realm of keep in mind Switch game development takes like 3 years. And it's been like and it'll be 3 years this fall, so they could like it's very possible we see those next year, or if certain hardware incidents happen next year, within 4 years.
I feel like those
Do you
games
think that's
are
why Breath of the
too.
Wild 2 got pushed
Fuck
back?
me. I forgot how much damage those assholes did. Those fucking lion piece of shits.
I feel like the
Did-
Oracle
did-
games.
Did it get pushed back?
Did what get pushed back?
Breath of the Wild 2?
Yeah, it's 20. It's,
Yeah.
wait, actually, yes, it did. It is. They dropped a video at the end of March for investors to be like, it's not this year, guys. But we have Pokemon, so who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand you can get to a fairy fountain very quickly in this game if you know where one is, but it's bullshit that the game starts you off at 3 hearts. It's not as bad as Metroid 1 starting you off at 30 health. Not nearly as bad, but still kind of bullshit. You know?
You should
It's easier to get hearts back. than
Yes,
there's-
that is true. Because it's not it's just like a heart. It's just like it's not an increment of 100. Zelda 1 is a good game. That is a game that I have warmed onto. You did a lot of selling it for me, Lid, and also because I don't think I mentioned
It's a
this.
game that I respect, but
Yes.
I don't love it.
It's
Andy, did you cut out?
No, I'm still here. I was just lost in distraction. I could go to the first dungeon right now, but I already have enough health for the white sword. I might as well try it.
I should get into fucking. Did I retweet the stream?
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. No.
I posted it on your Discord because once you showed up.
So, alright, here's what I think,
Sure.
and I don't want this to sound too insulting to this, because I'm going to phrase Link to the Past in a way that maybe sounds insulting to this. But going from this to Link to the Past isn't so much going from Dark Souls 1 to Elden Ring as it is going from Kingsfield to Elden Ring.
Wow.
It's like how much of a leap forward. Link to the Past.
So Link to the Past is my favorite Zelda. I don't know if I can agree with that. I don't
know. Does it have extensive cooking?
No, it doesn't have that, but it does have giant magical amulets that fucking screen nuke everything.
That's
Alright?
I think.
Honestly, the food in not in Elden Ring.
There we go.
The
Now
food in
we're
Breath
good.
of the Wild be looking good as fuck, low key. I'm like, damn, let me get like a plate full of monster guts and bell peppers.
But yeah, I'm also going to say...
you're doing numbers right now.
That's true, yeah, I got 12 people. We're doing good.
You got 12 people in the damn stream.
Yeah.
You know what? You have more streamers. You have more people currently viewing your stream right now than Keffel.
Is that even true?
Yes, because she's not online.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't count. If you're not online, you're not streaming. So,
But you have more streamers than her in this moment right now.
Yeah.
At 5:43 p.m.
There we go. Okay. Now for the first dungeon.
And you can always hold that against her, dude.
So I will say, Zelda 1, it's in terms of like Zelda iconography, it's definitely missing a lot of stuff, and there's definitely like weird, like how the Triforce works in this game is just not how it works in everything from A Link to the Past on.
But that's because you're only collecting pieces of one of the 3 parts of the Triforce.
I guess that's true. Whatever.
And you're collecting a raft.
Andy,
But what I'm getting at is that like it's not like this is Final Fantasy 1 where literally nothing is here.
Andy, you know what I just remembered?
What?
I think Keffels was in the chat in one of our very first streams.
Oh my god, are you fucking serious? That's hilarious.
Because we've been mutuals for a while now, and I think on one of the platinum streams or something, she I don't think she rated us, but she I think she shouted out the stream or something.
Oh, man.
Andy, you've profited from BreadTube labor.
Good. I like to exploit
Whoa.
red tubers.
Andy, you're a
Andy, how do you feel
hypocrite.
about the dungeon design in Zelda 1?
I think... I mean...
I would love to live there.
I think it's kind of cool how it's like... For what it is, I think I like it. I think A Link to the Past was a big step for dungeons, but I don't think 2D Zelda dungeons in general are as good as 3D Zelda dungeons.
Hey, if you had to pick one boss dungeon to live in, which boss dungeon would you pick?
In Zelda or anything, or...
In any game. I'm gonna go any game.
Oh, fuck, that's
I'll
tough.
be nice to my boy.
You know what, I'm gonna say the mansions the Yetis live in Twilight Princess. It's like the
Okay,
Spencer...
I don't know
It's,
what that
imagine
is,
if...
but respect.
Imagine if the Spencer Mansion was cozy.
Spencer, man.
From Resident Evil.
Oh, I'm like, wait. Spencer? I just imagine like a mansion full of trans.
It's Luigi's mansion, but it's Spencer.
I just imagine like the Playboy, it's just, you know, got a dick.
Oh my god, I gotta make that joke when I stream Mario 1. So also,
I
that's a nice thing about this ROM hack. The game has a proper translation. And hints mean something. How do you feel about the dungeon design in this?
They're alright.
I was asking Eli.
I
Alright,
don't
all
like
things
it.
considered.
See, here's the thing. I've played a lot of classic boomer shooters. Zelda 1's dungeon design kind of feels like, oh, it's kind of like what if Wolfenstein 3D didn't have hit scanners and was just overedged. It's just dodging and shuffling. It's like something like Smash TV for babies, essentially.
Yeah,
Would you say these dungeons are better or worse than the ones in Star Tropics?
I've never played Star Tropics.
Star Tropics is a very neat game that's fucking hard. Like,
I'd probably
Star-
say that these are my
Star
least favorite
Tropics-
dungeons in the series.
Star Tropics is like, what if this somehow had clunkier, laggier movement and bad platforming?
I think you're correct that these dungeons are nothing spectacular, but I would say they're good enough to be real dungeons. That's my takeaway. Are they particularly interesting? Not really, but for a first attempt, they're fine.
Well, they're really just combat ruined for the occasional puzzle that sucks.
Yeah, and that's, I think, good enough.
That's fair.
Because they feel like challenging areas, you know?
They are.
Yeah. And they also have cool bosses, and none of the dungeons have overworld enemies. That's a very nice touch. Anyway, so this game you have the ROM hack, you have real arrows. You did not have real arrows in the original Zelda. You had to buy arrows, and then to use arrows, you had to spend a 1 unit of this game's money, rupees, sorry. Fucking, oh, you almost got me, you piece of shit.
I gotta ask something about this ROM hack.
What?
How does Paul's voice work?
Oh, if you use the flute, it deals damage.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're gonna fix anything, you gotta fix that. Also, some of the sprites are redrawing. This is the most obvious one.
For real?
Anyway.
The thing with Paul's voice, for anyone not aware, is the Japanese version on the
Famicom Disk System.
Yeah, the Famicom has a second controller that has a microphone in it, and there is an enemy in this game that the only way to deal damage to it is to make noise.
Well,
in
no,
that
I think you
microphone.
can deal damage to it. It just takes a
Yeah,
fuck
you
ton
can
of
use
damage.
bombs, but that's, I think, the only.
I think
thing
sword
that
does work, because I think sword
I don't
works on
think-
every enemy.
Sword-
In the game.
If I remember correctly, you can use your sword to stun it, but I don't think it damages it.
Okay. Should I just go to
I like
level
the
2?
exterior of the dungeon, the hollowed
actually-
out tree stump that you walk into.
Yeah, that's a good look for the entrance. I also like the dungeon theme. It's not as good as Zelda 2's dungeon theme, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I also think that this game, for being the first game in the series, does a pretty good job at giving Link a versatile arsenal. You've got a lot of unique and fun items. Like,
You have a gun?
you get a magic wand that acts like a gun and bow and arrow, but no guns. Metroid's over there.
In one of the Zelda games, they should give Zelda a gun.
Lid, do you know about the gun in Aria of Sorrow?
Yeah.
There's a gun in some of the Castlevania games. It's shitty and does like 1 damage.
Don't some of the Castlevania
Do you
games
parry
take
with
place
it?
in like modern day Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even like the near future.
Yeah, 2032, I believe.
I should play
I
those.
forgot.
I feel like I would fuck with those. I like
You
the,
would. Aria of Sorrow is my favorite Castlevania, so it makes a bunch of callbacks, so I don't know if it's the best one to start with, but it's real solid.
whichever games I have to play in order to get to, because I know there's multiple timelines, to get to the timeline in which it's 2032.
Oh no,
they haven't gotten rid of
Castlevania has one timeline, and it also has a reboot. That's all there is to it.
Is the reboot the one with was it Kojima?
Yeah, it's the one they lied about having Kojima worked on. Because
he didn't actually work on it.
well, he was involved, but like, not like as much as they
Yeah.
said he was. If also wasn't
Is
that
the reboot timeline, is that bad?
the
Did you
first
not like
Lords of
that?
Shadow? The consensus is the first Lords of Shadow is okay. The sequels are terrible.
Okay. I might have you on and play every single Castlevania game.
Oh,
For
you're
the
gonna get
first
so
time.
fucking mad. It's gonna be so great. I also
Simon's
can't.
Quest.
Oh, I can't wait to. That's not even the worst one, Eli. There's like at least 5 worse than Simon's Quest.
Is Simon's Quest the one where it's like, what a horrible night to have autism?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
100%. That is Simon's Quest. Fuck you. Oh, thank God. Okay.
I think I've seen the Angry Video Game Nerd episode.
That
on
was the
one.
first ever episode of VGN in 2004. He remade
Was
it.
that the very first episode?
Yes. It opens
remade
with that
it?
class. He did remake it in 09 when he did his Castlevania retrospective.
Oh, okay. Because I know that there's like, I was like, is he like remaking videos? I know he like
He-
upscaled some of them.
Yeah, that one he specifically remade because he did a whole retrospective on the series.
Oh, okay. Damn, I might smoke some weed and watch Angry Video Game Nerd tonight.
I mean, you can do a lot worse when it comes to retro reviewers and stuff. I think.
Yeah, I honestly, recently I had to run back his Ikari Warrior just because I love Kyle Justin.
It's not a bad video game. The NES port fucking sucks.
So the thing about Akari Warriors is that's where Ralph and Clark from KOF come from, and I love Ralph and Clark. They are.
So would you say they are the Cody, what Cody is to Street Fighter?
I mean, they're better.
Well, I just mean in like, they're from a spin-off series that comes up that also show up in the main 9 game sometime.
All right, Clark is probably like one of the like
Also, what the fuck? Why?
most iconic grapplers in any fighting game. and
Also,
Ralph
what the fuck?
is
You have those
Bunga
guys
Bunga.
as your shmup retrospectives instead of putting fucking Marco in one of your games? Come on, put Marco in KOF. Sorry, anyway, continue talking about how the Ikari Warriors guys are cool.
Yeah, Clark is cool because he has a frame 1 command grab that is very scary. And
Yeah, no,
Ralph is incredibly unga bunga, and that's also where they got Captain Falcon's
Is it like an
Falcon
ice
Pod
climbers?
Trap.
Is it like melee ice climbers level
No.
grab?
Well,
I have
mean,
no idea what this
it's
means.
not
I'm just
like-
thinking about Dracula.
Castlevania
damn.
has some pretty cool Dracula
Bro-
moments.
it's not broken,
Damn,
but
I
it's
can
like
fuck up a Dracula.
scary and infamous. His Argentine backbreaker.
Okay.
It will fuck you up if you don't know what to do about it.
Alright. Yeah.
And then Ralph is currently the best character in KOF 15.
I
He is
see.
ridiculous.
Anyway.
Has anyone heard of Tom Breyer?
I know Tom
No.
Breyer. I know Tom Breyer.
No.
Are you
Is that
referring?
like-
Are
is
you
that
are you
a-
about to bring up
Unless
the
he was
piano?
on Linkara. I don't know who he is.
Tom Breyer is a guy who in the early 2000s and or early 2010s, I believe, did piano covers, ragtime piano covers of retro video game things. And are you about
specifically because
you know, I heard piano
like we're talking
covers,
like
and it's like, okay, I could fuck with like a sort of like the piano rendition of the Evangelion theme that they used at the end of the show. Like that would be nice, but ragtime is like the shittiest form of piano.
No, you don't know. You don't
fuck
know.
off.
You don't know how good Tom Breyer.
That's some Mayo shit.
Fuck off.
Thank you.
It's literally
So,
not.
you know,
It's literally what?
That's some shit white people.
Lid, are you okay?
Imagine calling ragtime Mayo shit, dude. What the fuck?
That's some shit white people be
Ragtime is.
doing. I know.
No. We're gonna steal this. We're gonna steal
We're
it.
doing a bit.
Ah, yes, I remembered you
I
could go
I
up
saw
here.
the
Need
Ken
to-
Burns jazz
Some
documentary.
people need to
I
read
know
their
about-
history.
I know about everything I need to know about pianos and saxophone sometimes.
Have you heard of a guy named Joplin?
The Janis Joplin?
No.
You know, saxophone has a funny history in that the guy who invented it almost died like 20
Yeah, he almost
times.
died like 9 times. Yeah.
How the
I
fuck
think
did they
his
get
mom in
Symphony
like
of
a
the Night?
letter.
How the fuck did they get Symphony of the Night Dracula out of Rondo Dracula? Simple. 1997 localization.
I love that, like, in a
Anyway,
letter, his mother wrote like, "This boy is going to die. Like God wants this boy dead."
What were you gonna say, Lid? With the
Tom Breyer's cover of this game's credits theme is nuts.
Oh, it's legendary. It is one undeniably one of the greatest video game covers of all time on YouTube. Like undeniably, it's really. Anyway.
Like something important like about that, and like why that channel at the time got so much traffic is that there's a lot of ragtime influence in early video game music.
I can see it. Yeah, you're right. There is. Yeah.
How much of that is just Koji Kondo?
Some of it is for example, David Wise, Sneaky Chanty.
Oh yeah, David Wise is bit.
Oh, when you said early, I was thinking like specifically NES era.
No, there's a lot in Super. It's also. Do you remember in like 2013? Is this where the second? Yeah, I think the second dungeon is around here.
Andy, I was watching Star Wars in 2013. We don't remember.
Well, no, I was
that.
gonna say, remember Lid in 2013? Nintendo got really interested in bringing back jazz music for their video games again. Because they had...
I wouldn't say they got really interested in it, especially since jazz has kind of always been a big part.
Sure, but I'm thinking like
of their
3D
series
World,
brand identities.
like 3D World, big band stuff, like a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dungeon 2 time.
More video games should just have their soundtracks be jazz.
So everything in Zelda that's like a normal animal has a stupid fucking name. Bats are named Keese, and snakes are ropes.
Yeah, I'll be shooting ropes.
Thank you for making the joke so
If
nobody else had to.
If you have snakes coming out of your penis, you should see a doctor.
So I know the first dungeon really well because I've played it a ton of times. I don't know every other dungeon really well. Fortunately, you do get a map and compass, so that should help. I might need to look at a map when we get to Death
That's
Mountain.
good.
I would say dungeons are pretty manageable until you get like 5 or 6. Once they start throwing the harder jerk nuts and those fucking whiz robes at you. Fucking whiz robe pieces of shit.
Personally, my nut is usually clear.
Thank you. Thank you.
You might want to see a doctor, Andy.
Yeah, if your nut's dark, you know.
Yeah, it's over. There's not gonna be no little Andys anytime soon.
Let's see how we. Okay, 45 minutes. Just checking to see how long I like to check how long I've been streaming. You know, just have a. Because I'm probably not going to beat this game tonight. This is probably going to be at least 2 streams.
I will say, when we eventually play Castlevania, it's gonna take like 97 hours to beat the first game.
I'm going to be honest.
I hope you know that I
I'm
am-
going to use. Well, okay. Here's what I'm going to try and do. I will try to not use. I'm pretty sure I will not have to use save states for the first 3 levels. Once we hit level 4, all bets are off. Because Castlevania 1's really fucking hard.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to go through every. It's gonna take me 97 hours. I'm ass at platformers.
I'm good at platformers. It's still gonna take me a while. Castlevania 1 also isn't even the hardest game in the series.
What would you say is the hardest game?
Well, technically the hardest game in the series is the arcade game Haunted Castle, but that game fucking sucks. The US version of Dracula's Curse is also nightmarish.
I've only ever played the Japanese version.
Yeah, that's the correct decision. It's better because regional difficulty is such bullshit. Can we just all like? It's so glad that we find that.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like we stopped after the PS1, but
Yeah.
But no, what about DMC3?
okay, that was That was because a localizer decided to be funny and quirky. And was like, oh man, yeah, no.
So you get the clocks in this, and then they brought it back in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, no.
Then that's.
I feel like the clocks might also be in Hyrule Warriors, because Hyrule Warriors also has a lot of exclusive Zelda 1 stuff.
Man,
Oh,
it's
so,
so cool how. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I beat Mario 64 again.
I saw that. It's your favorite Mario, 3D Mario now, isn't it?
It is now.
Would you say it's your favorite Mario? Like at least mainline.
I still probably like 2D Mario more, actually.
That's fair. That's fair. What's your favorite
and,
2D Mario?
Well, if I can count it, I would say Yoshi's Island. But if I
would not
don't
count it.
Yeah, so then I'd probably either say 3 or World.
I like World a bit more than 3, but I think those are.
I'm gonna go with that one Mario game. I think it was for the GameCube or
Sunshine?
something, where it is essentially it is essentially Mario Kart in San Diego.
What?
Mario is missing?
Yeah.
It's like Mario is missing or some shit.
Yeah.
That was
or
for
it
the
could
Super
be
Nintendo.
it could be Luigi's Time Machine.
Man, those edutainment games
Maybe.
are so funny. I didn't know there were Super Nintendo versions for years.
You know who sucks?
Mario bosses that are
It's
bullshit.
Cappy. from
I like
Mario
Cappy.
Odyssey.
Fuck off.
I like how
Cappy-
Cappy controls. I hate every time that Cappy talks.
No,
Cappy is mid.
I think Cappy is a fine. All right, so
I've never played Mario.
do I have enough
Odyssey.
bombs?
need
Yeah,
to.
I
I'm
should.
gonna get
I
my-
should have enough bombs to be able to beat like 3 Dodongos. Or no, it's just 1. Okay, yeah, I have enough bombs.
I need to get my Switch emulator up and running. You gotta show me how to.
So it's kind of interesting how like outside of Ganondorf. Oh, it's only 2 bombs. Dang, that's easy. It's kind of interesting that outside of Ganondorf, they were kind of pick and choosy about like what bosses from this game actually return, because I feel like it's only like consistently Dodongos and Goma.
Manhandla comes back a decent amount.
Let me look at which one's Manhandla again.
The one with the it's like four
that
mouths.
guy
Oh
that,
yeah.
it's that guy from Africa that everyone says like made the Berenstein Bears different.
Mandela.
That's a good joke. Also, I like how you just pretended not to know who Nelson Mandela was.
I stuttered for a second because I was trying to think of like the dumbest way possible to describe both Nelson Mandela and Mandela effect.
And Manhandla.
And yeah,
The Manhandla effect.
I think Spencer's been a victim of the Manhandla effect.
yeah, and then he handles.
Yeah, and then he handles men. Oh fuck. Is there stairs here? Or am I...
The AMAB handler.
So what's nice
come on.
about this game is that you
This
don't
guy's
need a
on
second
fire.
controller to be able to save, which sometimes means you can just like you can just warp back.
That's cool.
Because you had to die to be able to access the save screen in the original, which was dumb. Unless
That's
if you had a
fucked up.
second controller plugged in.
What were they thinking?
Yeah. I'm trying. I think I'll probably go for the blue ring after the third dungeon. I think I've gotten like I got a bunch of heart pieces. I think I'm in a good spot. I think you need 12 for the magic sword because it's because I know it's a lot, and I've got how many hearts do I got? I got 8. Okay, so
I thought it was 13.
was it? It might be. I don't fucking. I've not seriously played this game since 2009. Again.
I could be wrong. I don't know. But...
Oh, Eli could be wrong. That's a first.
You know what's a nice thing about
It would
this
be.
game?
What's the nice thing about this game?
There is no Master Sword.
So here's the thing, Lid. I think the Master Sword is base. I think it's cool. I'm glad it deserves to be a reoccurring part of the iconography. It's cool, but you know what? Actually, something I was thinking of. Do you think that when Nintendo was making Link to the Past, they were like, alright, so the white sword is the base Master Sword, and then the magical sword, the final upgrade in Link to the Past, is the magical sword from that. Do you think that's what they were going off of?
Do you think they thought the Butter Sword was the magic
What
sword?
the fuck's the is that the level 2? Is that the upgraded sword you get from the dwarves?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not called the Butter Sword. People just call it that because it's yellow.
Is it
Yeah,
yellow? I
that's
thought I remember it
right.
being like burnt red.
It's like gold, and I think the hilt might be red.
Okay.
I like the gilded
now,
sword
in your
from Majora's
closet,
Mask.
Oh, there's a.
Do you have a green and yellow Legend of Zelda t-shirt?
I don't think I actually have a Zelda t-shirt. I need to get one so I can. Oh
You
shit!
should have
Uh,
khaki
shit.
shorts.
Wait, I think I have enough money to go for the blue ring now. We're gonna do that. 'Cause hey, if I have enough money to get level 2 health, I'm gonna get that because it's.
I'd like Majora's Mask shirt. That'd be nice.
I do have a mind.
Honestly,
if
as
it-
long as it's not the Hyrule seal or whatever.
It wouldn't be.
I do have an Ocarina or not a Minecraft shirt, Cole, if that helps.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, that qualifies. That gets you in.
That's basically
My
the same
image of you
thing.
is still intact. Which Minecraft shirt is it?
It's worse.
It's like I don't remember which. It's like Steve
I had the
standing on top
periodic
of a
table
mountain at
of
night
that.
next to a chicken with a bunch of with a bunch of mobs underneath him.
It's crazy how iconic the Minecraft shirts were to like a very specific age
Yeah.
cohort. Like the original run of like the fucking who the fuck made it? Wasn't Loot Crate, but it was like some company that sounded like Loot Crate made those shirts.
Okay.
I want this on a shirt that I just posted in the stream chat.
Is it gonna be a big guy? A guy with a big chest? Let's see. Is it a guy with a big chest?
That's a very
No, it's
complicated
clicking
thing
stream
to
chat.
have on a shirt.
Oh no, that
it's
artwork
the
is
Majora's
really good.
Mask art.
Yeah, that's
That's
really
very-
good.
Don't you get your mind out of the gutter, Andy?
Oh yeah, no, with you I gotta. Oh fuck, I need another 50 rank. Oh, by the way, Lid, do you remember what dungeon you need the meat for?
I don't know. It's one of the later ones.
Yeah, I
Off
know-
the top of my head,
I
I
know
want to
it's
say
not this
7.
Because it's something
don't know
that's
for
not
sure.
super expensive if you know where to buy it. Because I like how like different vendors in this game have different prices. I love when the last enemy gives you a fucking stopwatch. Also, I should switch back to bow because it does something. Hold on. There we go. I like that you can get stuff with the boomerang. That's nice.
Andy, do you think like Hara right now in his closet has a pair of brown khaki shorts and a Hyrule Steel t-shirt?
Probably.
Yeah.
We did the Southland Tales episode, by the way, recently with
man.
the hour-long Link Car review. Lid, let me ask
Was
you
that-
something.
Was that of the graphic novel or the movie itself?
Of the movie.
He did okay, because I knew he did one for the graphic novel.
I have
But
not
I
seen the
didn't know
graphic
if he
novel
did
one,
one
but he did one for
for-
the movie. But it's Lid.
Wow.
Would you like to feel smart sometime? Go watch the Linkara's review. Okay, here's Dungeon 3. That's correct.
I might put that on too.
If you would like to feel smart about yourself sometime, watch that review, because I have a lot of problems with Southland Tales. I'm not a super big fan of it. It's such a their criticisms of it are so fucking dumb. It's like,
Oh, they? Is it multiple?
dude, there's like 7 or 8 critics in that fucking review. Lindsay's in it.
Is Doug in it?
No,
Damn, no Doug.
I think it
Wow,
was
he
because it
too
was early
good.
2012. I think they filmed it at MagFest.
Ah, I see. Doug's too good for Magfest.
Anyway, here are the Dark Nuts. They're assholes. You can only hit them from the side, and you can only use sword or bombs.
So who all's in it? So it's Lindsay. Is Phalus in it?
Phalus,
Phalus
yeah.
is in like every single crossover.
Phalus is in it. In the first 5 minutes, you get a ton of film brain, but he goes away, so that hurts.
What happened to Film Brain? Is he trans?
Did you know
now?
how Film Brain got his start on the site?
No.
He was a mod
is
on
he-
on the channel, awesome, on thatguywiththeglasses.com forums.
And his whole bit was like, I've read a book.
That's his bit? That's not how Doug writes him in the movies.
Or then
So
he's like,
I don't.
art or whatever.
I'm sorry,
right?
we're
No, there
talking about
was-
these people that makes your head hurt, Eli. Oh, these guys
Yeah,
come
I was
back
gonna
to
say-
Zelda too.
I don't really think. I think the Dark Knights get better in future games.
Well, because they're Iron
they're
Knuckles.
probably the. I think
Am
they
I
can call
insane,
Dark
or
Knights
was
in
there
other
not
games.
like a smart guy in Nostalgia Critic Universe?
Dr. Insano.
No, there was like a guy who like he had like a
Oh, is this
book
the
of like it was
boss?
like Nietzsche.
Did I just
He had a
stumble?
book of like the collected works of Nietzsche or whatever.
Do you need the item from here then?
Let me look up what the item is.
Is it the raft, the best item of all time?
No, that's the
It might-
ladder. The ladder's funnier.
Who the fuck was the?
They're both
smart
pretty
guy?
dumb.
The raft at
They're
least
both
like makes
epic.
sense.
Who the fuck was the other?
Let me look up what item you get in level 3.
Is it the double claw shot?
Yeah, Manhandle is the
If
boss.
only.
Oh yeah, it's the raft, so we gotta get that. Can't just fight the boss.
So it was the raft.
Yes.
What do you know?
Oh, that means that level Dungeon 4 is the one on the island.
Now it's like, is there a different guy that I'm? Did I hallucinate like a secret?
You might be thinking of Brad Jones as the smart. Well, no, I guess he was the sleazy one.
No, there was a guy who he had like a bookshelf behind him.
Oh, I know
of,
who you're talking about.
literally
He's like a
philosophy
broader
textbooks.
shoulders guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he was British too.
Oh, I don't think he was British. I think we're thinking of a different
Or
guy.
maybe he had an accent or something.
He was in Kick-Ass. Was he the guy in To Boldly Flee? Who was?
I don't know. I've never seen most of the movies.
How can you? know
I've
that-
listened to the wonderful Get Cynical podcast, but that's
Thank
about
you,
it.
Eli. Thank you.
I watched because for a while they weren't on YouTube. A lot of the ones after Kick-Assio weren't on YouTube for a while. You had to like torrent them because Doug was still selling the DVDs or whatever. And I was like, I'm not paying. I didn't know how to torrent it. I'm not paying
Wait, I don't think that was the
$59
boss. Fuck off.
for a Doug Walker.
Fuck off,
movie.
Zelda 1.
You got faded right there.
I did. I should probably just use my potions, since it's not like I don't have enough money for one.
Who the fuck was the smart guy?
There's
Yeah,
probably a
awesome.
list you can look up and see.
Smart guy. I'm looking up. Who the fuck is the smart guy? Not that sci-fi guy. I don't
So
think it was
I'd
Film Brain,
still
unless
say
it was-
that. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but
Go ahead.
I'd still say I probably like the dungeons in Breath of the Wild more than this, but I'd like them to bring back,
Yeah.
better dungeons
No,
in
I
Breath
mean,
of the Wild too.
I mean,
It's not Film Brain.
I would like Breath of the Wild 2 to have a single memorable area that isn't just a naturally occurring landscape.
so here's my suggestion, Eli. For dungeons, I gave it on the stream, which is, what if instead of real dungeons, you just have a bunch of areas in the game that take away your whole inventory and make you work from nothing?
Or not from nothing. It's like you're talking about like Eventide Island.
Yes. You
the
have
first
like
game.
set 6 or 7 Eventide Isles.
I don't know that they need to do that, but look, I feel like the legacy dungeons in Elden Ring kind of solve it. If you would just want to say like,
You know what's
can't use your like regular runes, you have maybe dungeon specific runes, that might work. And the reason is like the power of gas. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, fuck off.
I was really disappointed with the beasts. I like a lot of the little shrines, and I think
Yeah, it'd be nice if that game if Breath of the Wild 2 had more real boss fights.
yeah, I mean it's so unmemorable.
Weren't the Ganon
Zelda
fights
has
at least okay?
Except for the ends, where it's just that was embarrassing.
There were so many people on. Oh, I found him. It was Kyle Colgren. The fuck
Yes,
is it?
I think he's a mutual with us. I think yeah, Kyle
He's a mutual with you.
or with the podcast. I think he follows the podcast and is
Oh,
adjacent.
He's Owen Citizen.
Yeah, he's still doing BreadTube stuff. I think he's okay. I have no real bad opinions
What's he
on him.
up
He
to?
probably has bad
You look it
opinions
up,
on
and then
us
it's like-
because
It's like,
because we shit talk Lindsay.
are there former Channel Awesome people that follow the podcast?
I don't think so. I haven't heard of anyone. They haven't. Spencer and Esther would have mentioned it if there was. We were mean. Like we were mean to a lot of them other than Doug, so I don't think they'll like us that much. But like,
He's green and Shinigami eyes, so I'm already sus.
To be honest,
his-
my opinion was that you were maybe, and I've not like seen the actual videos. Sometimes you could be nicer than I think that these people seem to deserve.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Well, to be fair, a lot of them got literally abused. Like you. So
That's fair.
but
Yeah, but they were being annoying. while
Also,
they
it
were
was
being
it was
abused.
everyone was a little embarrassing on the internet in 2010.
His most recent tweet is, "I see Make America." I don't think this guy is very smart. I see "Make America Great Again" as trending.
Yes, I did. Thank you, Gabe.
That would be a good time for everyone to Google the phrase "palinogenic ultranationalism" and see what comes up. Le fascism on Le Hell site.
Yeah, I've seen some of his videos, but yeah, he was the smart one, and he left. He was one of the first people to leave. I think he, not the first though. We all know who the first one is, and he shall not be named for to being
Well,
sad.
he left life.
Well, actually, the first guy was the guy who had to leave because he was doing like Mormon, like a Mormon conversion trip. That's weird. Where the fuck is the map in this dungeon?
Do you think anyone in Channel Awesome has ever gotten pussy off of being in Channel Awesome?
Absolutely. Oh, there it is.
They were really just letting anyone be on this fucking series.
No. You all can see why I'm going, oh no, right?
Oh yeah, the swastika.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
What do you mean? It's just a random shape.
It's just a Buddhist symbol. I mean, I get it, but
Yeah.
you know. Oh shit, I'm fucked. Okay, so we're gonna go up here. I think what we're gonna do is probably just use our potion right now. We can just buy another one.
They really just let anyone be in Channel Awesome.
They did. Well, they did fire a bunch of people. Like a bunch of you know the animation YouTuber Pan Pizza, Cole?
No, I don't.
He was gonna be on the site. They did an interview, but he was 15 minutes late, so they just didn't do him on the interview.
God damn.
All right, let's go. Let's go, Brandon. 3 dungeons down.
Like who the fuck is that chick with the goggles?
I think she was one of Lindsay's friends.
She was she was one of the women that was selected. But lost the vote. She's also black. So I'm wondering if that might have had an effect on it.
Lindsay's friends.
So
No, I was gonna say that the Channel Awesome, the people deciding who's nostalgia chick is racist, but
Oh, that's also true. But you know, we both got 2, I think, equally valid jokes, just in different places.
I agree.
So, Andy,
I clicked on.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
what if Manhandla got like a Kraid in Metroid Dread treatment?
Ooh, that'd be cool.
What if they just brought back Manhandla and it was great and not lame?
I mean, that would be more of a Super Metroid treatment, but you know. Because Dread,
Yeah,
while Kraid is at his best in Dread, he's not, like, doing anything. Shut up, Lid. Those bosses are great. You're dumb.
What?
I heard you go, like,
Oh, we're talking about Metroid Dread.
Yeah. When do you think
I don't think that was me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything, to be honest.
Anyway, we got double armor now, which is... This is probably the right time to use it, because we're just now starting to get to actually annoying enemies in these dungeons, so...
The thing I will say is, like,
second?
if you don't die, this game goes by really fast compared to some other Zelda games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not going to do it all in one stream, just because, like, you know...
Sure.
The speedrun is like under a half hour.
You do have to get... One thing I do like about this game is that it is an open... non-linear exploration thing, but you do, assuming you're not using like skips and stuff, have to beat all of the dungeons to really to enter the final. You still have to do the real levels, which is why like anyone's like, oh, you can go anywhere, do anything. No, this game still has like rules and limits and boundaries. It's just like it gives you a huge chunk of the world map you can explore from minute 1, but it doesn't give you nearly everything. Like, I would say it gives you at most, like, 55%. Which is still pretty insane.
I'd say more than that.
Okay, maybe, like,
I mean, a lot of it is blocked off just by the fact that most players won't be able to kill a Lionel right off the bat, for example.
Yeah.
But you can go to a lot more of the map than 55%.
Okay, let's say, like, 70%. I'm just looking around for stuff because I wanna. I think there are like 3 or 4 overworld heart pieces, and to get more of those, that would be nice.
One of them, there's one you need the raft for.
I do remember that. I do need the raft.
That one's in the east.
Yeah, I know where that is. So yeah, the only like locations that are here in this part of Hyrule are Death Mountain, Lost Woods, and the Graveyard.
The Channel Awesome Wikipedia is so cool.
Oh, that sounds like a great time to get lost in.
I'm like imagine dating someone and then you like find out that they were like a tertiary member of Channel Awesome. There were so many people on this fucking website.
Yeah, no. Do you know that the Team 4-star people were on there? Did you know the Amazing Atheist was on Channel Awesome?
That's so funny.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was only on there for like I think less than a year. You know something that I forget.
I
sometimes?
clicked some random page and it's like, it just ends with like in November 2013 she was fired from Channel Awesome without a reason after she had surgery and was required to sign a 3-year contract so she wouldn't work in the same field.
Fuck off. You know what's one of the most insane, like, oh, you guys are old men thing? How, like, in 2013, they were really against Patreon. It's like, we don't want to see you begging. It's like, this is how, like, it's crazy now to, at some point, to be against Patreon. Like, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Patreon, you know, has its, you know, problems.
Yeah, no, it does.
History, but, you know.
They had
it's still
so much
probably
content on this fucking website.
Yeah, no.
Thing that exists at the moment.
It was an empire. It was literally.
I wonder how much of it is like just gone forever.
A sizable chunk.
I would say so. It's like some of the shit I've never heard about, and I was like really into Channel. Like Bar Fiesta, they had like an entire channel dedicated to like bartending videos.
I mean, you know, so I'm not doing level 8 now, but I just wanted to unlock it, so, because it's there, because I remembered that it was there, and I felt...
They had radio shows?
What?
It's insane, actually, that they put just a dungeon there. I mean...
Yeah. And it's a late one, too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you might use the candle on it, just if you think it's a secret, but it's just insane that that's the dungeon.
Well, that does seem like a very obvious place to put a secret.
Yeah, out of all of the Nintendo Power style bullshit in this game, that's definitely one of the more conspicuous things.
Yeah, no, that one's not like it's a secret for everyone, but only kinda. Like only if you're not paying attention.
Definitely, but if you, I don't know, if you guess you think like maybe it'll just be, like another route to things you don't
I just
need
noticed
it, you
the
might
arrow
just like go around it.
I don't know if it's in this ROM hack at the NES version as well. The arrows change color depending on Link's palette.
Interesting.
My guess is that it is the same in the actual game.
Yeah, that
It's
makes
just
sense, because that feels like an
the
NES
same.
thing.
I would love to do like a sort of like that incel documentary, but for Channel Awesome.
Oh
like,
yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
you just have this like incredibly like fucking maximalist like.
I mean, it's one of the most
Documentary with these sweet
that for Channel Awesome or for like Screw Attack, I think, and game trailers. I think that could also be interesting.
Like, how do you go in like less than 2 decades from essentially controlling YouTube to now only having like 3 people working on your project?
Well, they never like they never controlled YouTube. They were always off YouTube.
I mean, they like with like when they went to Blip, like they basically single-handedly kept Blip alive well
That's
into like
true.
the streaming.
Oh,
era.
you
Like,
mean I thought you meant literally the site YouTube, not their own equivalent. Well, yeah, wasn't Red Letter Media also using Blip?
I think so.
Yeah,
they had like that. A lot of like popular like 3D printing and engineering channel. Like they had like all those people that then went on to make like hydraulic press.
Well, because Blip, you
videos were all on,
could
like,
run your own
Maker and
time
Blip.
and you could monetize and stuff.
Yeah.
So saying that Disney's just like, all right, or Google was just like, all right, we're gonna buy Blip. Goodbye, Blip.
All right. Well, I'm going to head out and get some dinner. Good luck with the rest of the stream.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much. How long have I been streaming for? Let's see how long we're going. I'll probably do at least one
for
more
1
dungeon.
million years.
For about 75 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably do some more streaming at least, but you know. I know where the next dungeon is. I think it's. You know what? I'm very close. I might as well just go up there and make sure that I know where it is.
There are some fucking fake ass people on this channel.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No.
It's like their gaming content was so huge, and I never knew it existed outside of like.
I don't know if I have to mention this with you, but I sometimes. Okay, yes, this is the next level. I'm gonna go explore the top upper corner of the map. See, because I guess it's easier to do once you get the raft. Let's see if I can get like to the graveyard and stuff.
Oh, the top left corner, you mean?
Yeah, because that's probably like the main part of the game. That, along with some of the later dungeons, are like the stuff you can't access.
Have you got the prescription yet?
Yes, I did. Oh, I
Okay.
need to buy potions. That's. Thank you for reminding me. There's a shop right around here that I can buy them at. I got prescriptions before. I think right after the second dungeon. Chad, how are you doing tonight? I haven't been spending a lot of time with you. Pop off if you're in chat. There's like 11 of you. That's like a crowd. Oh, this is a secret one. Alright, where's... Because I remember there's a potion
This
shop.
is so crazy.
I mean, it's... Yeah, no, it was insane.
I
And
would
it's crazy
take
to
it
think
down.
that Doug technically is bigger now than he was.
Yeah, like he really did used to rule the world.
But the world was a lot smaller.
Yeah, the world was much smaller. He was like the god of YouTube, but then he basically pissed it all away just due to like never wanting to.
Well, I mean, I think honestly, just being a YouTube channel is a lot healthier than what they were doing, just economically.
Oh yeah, I assume so. But like, imagine the world where Channel Awesome like still exists in like the way it was like 5-10 years ago.
Oh, I need to go through the Lost Woods to be able to, or go up through there. Do you remember what the Lost Woods path? I might as well just do it.
Basically, you just go left, up, left, down. You just alternate up and down and left.
Up, down, left.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
Well, it's like you go like up, left, down, left, like etc.
Okay.
Like you need to go left in between each time you
What's
go up and
Mr.
down.
S-
but up and
what
down.
is up, Mr. Sweetfire 13? I'm just, we're playing one of the most important video games ever made. It's also good that I get this done, because, I want to keep making progress in a lot of my series, because there's so many games I want to stream,
I like that Zelda is about squares.
Yeah, no, it uses
You
being
remember
a
the
grid
rap
very
critic?
well. The rap critic? I'm assuming that is a different... Yes, and he's also a different guy than Todd the Shadows.
Yes. It's like for the first year of the show, it was really hard to make episodes. The first one was made with a camera from his old school, which explains why that why that episode is the grainiest.
Oh, these guys
quality
are
to it.
completely
He
different.
tried to
I don't like
he
these
tried to
designs
edit
as much.
the episodes at school during the beginning of the summer, but he never got to finish the episodes because he figured he wouldn't be able to do it for the rest of the summer.
I
This
should
guy's
remem-
like 35, by the way.
I should remember
Dude,
the
after
B
you
button
started-
exists more in this game. It's pretty useful. I'm trained in this game to remember, oh yeah, the sword doesn't do shit against most of the enemies. Lid, how do you feel about there being like a common economy of keys in Zelda 1 where like in like A Link to the Past on actually honestly even Zelda 2 onward, every key has like a deliberate purpose and is put there so you can access specific locked doors, whereas in Zelda 2 it's like, here you go, you want key oh, do I need the yeah I do.
I think it's really interesting, And
It's cool.
it's the kind of thing where like
It doesn't jive with the kind of design that they go for from in later dungeons, so I don't have a problem with them removing
as
it.
far as like modern, well, I guess I shouldn't say modern 3D Zelda because Breath of the Wild kind of threw a big old wrench in
As
that,
far as
didn't it?
traditional 3D Zelda.
Yeah, as far as Ocarina of Time style Zelda goes, those games, you know, whether or not you consider them whether or not you consider them large, they definitely move at a much slower pace than something as wholly gameplay driven like Zelda 1. But there's still games like, for example, Dark Souls 2 has its fragrant branches. Elden Ring has the Swordstone keys, which basically act in the same way, where it's just a key that you can use on any door in the game. Well, I shouldn't say any door, but any door of a specific type.
Hold on, I'll be right back for a second stream. I'm sorry about this.
Like it makes keys less of like a progression gate. I mean, it obviously is, but not in the same sort of way as in like a Resident Evil style game, for example, but more of a resource.
It's crazy that John Tron was a member of that guy with the glasses.
Was he?
For like 8 episodes, yeah, in like 2011. God, there's so many fucking people, dude. There's gonna be like a senator for in like 10 years that was like a tertiary channel awesome member.
That's a terrible thing to think about.
Peanut Butter Gamer was a fucking channel awesome person. Goddamn.
Were all the were all the normal boot?
I'm not seeing projared, so I guess not totally. Who else was in that? It's like
the completionist was, but the completionist also like tried to start his own network with that one video gamer, so he probably wouldn't have been part of Channel Awesome.
Wasn't there a normal boots like dating sim where you could you date projared?
Yes. Yeah, I am. Yes, you could. You could. Yeah.
Damn. Oh wow, and he's still in the game.
Yep. Somehow, he persists.
I'm gonna download this. Is this game free, or do I have to pay? Oh, it's name your own price. Andy, oh, he's not here. Fuck. We should stream this sometime. But we only go for the projared route. Is it like, what engine is this made in? Is this like, is this Renpog? It looks like Renpog.
When is TGOFV gonna get big enough that someone makes a TGOFV dating sim?
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna learn how to code fucking Python. And yeah, I'm gonna make it. That would actually be very funny to commission like fucking like a vaguely anime style art of like the host, especially imagining Spencer in like a Sailor Moon outfit.
What a thing for Andy to come back in here.
No, I
Andy,
didn't have my headphones on. What did you say?
Andy, we have to play the normal boots dating sim on Steam.
Absolutely, we have to do that if that game
But-
exists.
It does exist, but we have a caveat.
What?
We're trying to 100% from the beginning the projared route.
We can do multiple routes. I'm not opposed
We
to
could
doing.
probably do multiple routes, but we have to do the projared route.
Absolutely, 100%. That's man.
Jared is a part-time model. Naturally, he is the most attractive person in school and knows it. Often coming off as vain, fickle, and shallow.
He's what?
Despite this, Jared truly cares.
The thing
for
is,
his
though,
friends.
that's if I remember correctly, that's a joke based on the fact that like one of Jared's most recognizable traits at the time was the infinite chin's face.
Oh, I know what face you're talking about. I think everyone knows that face.
I mean, he has like a nose like an anti-Semitic caricature. He is built so funny.
He
Like,
also kind of just has a nose like.
He also kind of has a big dick.
no, he does. I don't even think he's Jewish.
You don't. You see, they're called stereotypes because they're not true, which means
Well,
they can be true of other people.
Oh,
no,
I
he's
forgot.
German.
I realized stream is not live. Let me fix that. There we go.
Well, I mean, it's live, but you
Well,
were
it was
not
only for
showing
like
video.
2 minutes, so it's fine. I just went backwards a little
What
bit.
race is Pro Jared? His last name is Nabenbauer, so I would assume like German, right? This picture is so funny, dude. I'm gonna tweet this. He's doing like the soy eyebrow.
Have you seen any Super Best Friends or Capital Super Beast call?
I have never actually watched a single
Okay,
episode
so in
of
an
Super
episode
Best
of the
Friends.
podcast, there's a short, like 3-minute clip or a 30-second clip. Lid knows what I'm talking about.
No, I know exactly what
Where-
you're talking about.
Pat texts Wooly the Pro Jared dick pic, and it is
Oh,
the
God.
funniest reaction of all time. He turns into a tea kettle.
From the very little that I know of Two Best Friends play, I feel like I would really like it. Wooly
Yeah.
seems like a cool guy.
Wooly is cool, and Pat, like, they have like definitely dumb opinions and are definitely very millennial, but like they're good. They have good content.
Do you know what is the single thing that kept me from watching Two Best Friends for the longest time?
Matt's dumb bits.
No. It's the fact that somehow, despite being like machinima people, which like that's a big content creation group.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
a
like-
lot of people got trapped by that.
This
Despite
photo
that,
is so funny.
they had like until like the last year before they split up for good, they had the shittiest fucking audio quality.
Oh yeah, I mean I listen to most of my shit on iPhone speakers, so like iPhone 7 speakers. So
Like it literally sounds like they just set up. It literally sounds like they're all talking into like a webcam mic, like one mic in a big room.
I think my favorite playthroughs, and this is part of it because they're some of the only ones I got to saw live, was I really like their DMC playthroughs. Like all of them are great. It's cool that the boomerang just kills weaker enemies. Like it stun locks them up.
Yeah, I believe it's literally if it dies in one hit, the boomerang kills it. Otherwise, no.
Man, I just got invited to go
Oh
see
fuck.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
fuck, like
I've never
legs.
turned down plans faster.
Oh fuck me. Fuck me.
Oh yeah, this is one of the games where likes are actually dangerous.
Yeah, because can they
Andy,
take your
am I allowed
small
to-
shield?
Am I allowed to spoil the new Doctor Strange movie in here?
I'm not sure. If you chat, what do you think? I will let you chat decide that.
Yeah, I'll let chat.
I'll tell you, my opinion is who fucking cares what happens in an MCU movie?
That's
in the year
correct, but I-
2022.
But I want to be. I
No,
want to be
I
clear.
know, but there is one. I don't care in terms of
Here's
like
the
I'm not
thing-
mad about
here's
it.
the
Are
thing,
you
the
talking
only-
about?
The only people who care about spoilers for these fucking movies, I don't care about.
You know what? That's fair. Is it
Yeah.
the costume? You know what? Just say it. Is it the Mr. Fantastic costume?
It's the Mr. It's John Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic. It's so funny.
Jim from the.
I can't. He looks like when I saw that picture, I thought that they had just put one of those Reddit Photoshop castings like into the frame or whatever as like a shitty Photoshop. but no, it's real. It's real, and it's so bad. It's cool that we're never getting a good Fantastic Four
Yes, we
movie.
did. We got the Roger Corman one.
I mean, like, you know, one that's watchable.
Roger Corman one. Look, outside of those Mole Man scenes, it's fine if you're willing to give it a
I
chance.
haven't seen it since I was very young, so maybe it holds up better.
Wait, how do I get?
They should really just put that movie on Disney Plus.
We should. Hold on. How do I get to the map? I mean, I think the Corman one is, like, it's outside of the fact that the Human Torch's actor is the worst fucking performance, one of the worst performances in movies ever. He is.
Oh, I was like Chris Evans or Michael B. Jordan.
Neither.
Yeah.
He's let me put it to you this way. He is a guy that I would describe as his primary personality as being excited. Like, just, like, constantly... Oh, I was in this room before. I could have gotten the map. I should have done that.
It's wild that they got Danielle. Does that mean Spencer's gonna have to watch it?
I mean, I don't... for what movie? Strange?
For Doctor Strange, because
No.
Danny Elfman's doing the score.
No, I don't think that's what that means. It'd be funny if that's what that meant, but I don't think that's what that means.
I would love to, because Spencer doesn't know anything about comics, so he can't even, like, BS his way into it. Like, I haven't seen any of the MCU movies in the last, like, 2 years or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't.
I don't know what the
I
fuck
have
is
not seen
happening, but
any of the post-Endgame ones.
I've read comics, so I can, like, kind of intuit it. But yeah, Spencer, it would be funny to show Spencer Doctor Strange too, and then just be like, alright, you have to judge this movie on
Is
its own
Goma the
merit.
boss of this dungeon, Lid? I think Goma is.
I don't remember. This might be
Uh-oh.
Goma. It might be. This might be the first one where you fight like the two-headed dragon, and then you fight the three-headed one later.
Yeah, I think it is the three-headed dragon, which is probably the coolest boss in this game, aside from maybe Ganondorf. I like also how bombs can act as, like, shortcuts in this. I mean,
Yeah.
having them be there, this kind, like, it's, the cracks in the wall kind of ruin the appeal, but you kind of need them for the ones that are forced. Do I need to be perfectly long? Yes, I do. Fuck you, game. Yeah, because I know you're...
Crazy that projared got like 2 pretty decently attractive women to fuck him.
Oh, you gotta use the sword. Or maybe... Can I use bombs?
It's the
Like,
it's the,
Holly wasn't unattractive. I mean, she was like, she's a complete bitch.
it's the
but-
tuber cred, you know.
Oh, Holly's a bad person? Is Holly
Yeah,
his
but
wife?
she was
or-
like,
She's a bad person, but
Holly
she's
was-
also
Holly
a
was
bad
Ross's wife.
bitch. Am I right?
Thank you. You might not know channel awesome stuff, but Lid, I'm glad we can talk about normal boots drama on the streams. Which is basically the same. It's just like, what if channel
I mean,
awesome
there's a
stuff
lot
was
of
3 years
overlap.
later?
Armstrong and Peanut Butter Gamer started on that guy with the glasses.
Did they? I did not know that.
Yeah, I guess up until like 2014. I mean, that's probably part of the reason why he put out so few videos is because Doug was fucking him over.
Well, that and he was also getting started on Game Grumps. No, wait, no.
Oh yeah. No, I mean. he
Yeah,
was
no,
with
there
them
was the
until, like,
big wave, and then there was
2015.
Game Grumps, and then he came back. Anyway, that's...
But yeah, no, it's crazy that projared got like 2 decently attractive women to fuck him.
I think we'll do one more. We'll do a little bit more stuff. I gotta buy the shield first. I remember I gotta fucking do that. Fucking like piece of shit. Fucking... I mean, I played it recklessly. I should not have been that close. I should have just spammed it with arrows, but, you know. It's still annoying. I think I also need food for the next dungeon, so I gotta get some money.
I could go for some food myself.
Could you go for like some meat with a bone through it? You
Honestly,
know what?
if
On the
it was,
right
like,
time,
if it was cooked properly, maybe.
yeah, you know what? I was joking, but on the right kind of day, generic meat, just like rotisserie style. That's some rotisserie is. It's a good fucking way to cook meat. Let me tell you.
Oh, Andy, you're so white.
Fuck off.
That's like the white. Andy, do you get those little rotisserie chickens that they have at the little heating trays in the store?
I mean, you get a whole roast chicken at Costco for $5. That's a fucking deal.
I guess. I don't know. I don't like like regular chicken. You gotta fry that bird.
I think that's
the Costco
Spencer would kill you
rotisserie
for that
chicken. The Costco rotisserie chicken.
I
is
do
the
like
ultimate
Mexican chicken, but like.
Well, hold on. Let's say his thing.
white dad food.
Ultimate, yeah, it is. It's. I don't want to make dinner. Here's a rough chicken. But to be fair, it's fine for what it is. Oh, that's a shop. Okay. So now that we have the ladder, we can explore the western part of the map, or yeah, the northwest, or at least some of it. Yeah, because this is the Death Mountain chunk of the map. Is it?
Forgot that Premiere overrides your audio settings. I just blew my ears out playing the Nostalgia Critic theme song. Oh fuck! The explosion at the beginning like actually hurt. Because I had it set up to like plus 30, but it overrides your settings, so it won't be like whatever you currently have set at Windows. I have it around like 40. It's like 100% plus 40.
Okay, is this? What's this? Oh, fuck off. What happens if you break into those houses with no money, I wonder?
You get negative money.
No, they don't do that in this game.
They kill you.
It's crazy that for a while the Nostalgia Critic intro had like a reference to that awful Superman Batman series where they're like getting coffee. Do you remember that one?
Vaguely. Oh, the emulator still has
Was
some
that
stuff.
Honest Trailers? Was that the people that did them?
Oh, it might have been.
Was it how it should have ended?
Yeah, I think that's
It
how
was
it
how it
ended.
should have
Doug
ended.
loves how it should have ended. He's like, this is.
That makes so much sense.
It
But
does.
wow,
He's
that
like,
says
this is
so
the modern
much.
equivalent to Airplane and classic parody movies.
Shut up! Fuck off!
Doug
No.
is so cool. He got pussy off saying that, bro.
He did. He got married off saying that.
He got sweet. Isn't his wife Hispanic?
I don't know. I think she's just white. I could be wrong here.
He got
Oh,
sweet
my.
Latina
Wait, no, I'm not.
gash.
Am I
Bro.
missing something? Is there something? Oh, bombs. I'm out of bombs. Okay. I think this lets me down in the graveyard. No.
Oh man, this is gonna be very fun.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Now. Control A.
You know what? I'll just.
Speed duration.
They're not that expensive. I can just grind off screen. Is the next dungeon the gauntlets?
What do you mean?
The power glove or whatever to push the boulders. Have I been on this screen before? I think I have. Oh yeah, this is the asshole who's like, give me money. So is this? Oh no, wait. I think I can head east a little bit. It is nice that this game has a convenient way you can get for full health.
I agree.
Unlike a certain other NES quote-unquote classic.
What game are you referring to?
I'm being petty about Metroid 1, because fuck Metroid 1.
I mean, it's, you know, it deserves it.
That's true, it does. I could really use some bombs. None of these assholes are dropping bombs. Don't make a poop joke. You're better than that.
I think you just made a poop joke by saying that.
I mean, I did, kind of, but... Yeah, I think I need... Yeah, I need bombs, and I need... I forget where the next dungeon is, honestly.
I wish DMCA didn't exist. I love making like stupid fucking joke videos, but then because it has like copyright in it, I can't post them.
One of the dungeons, you know that screen where it's here in the mountains and it's like 4 paths.
Yeah.
You just keep going up.
Oh yeah, I know where that
And
is.
eventually there's a
Okay.
dungeon.
I think that might be the next dungeon. It's probably where you get the whistle. Oh no,
And
this
then-
just leads
and
me
then-
back up into the northern mountains. I gotta
And then one of the dungeons requires the whistle, because that's how you open it.
Hold on. So I have... Do I have enough for the, Yeah, so I think it's that dungeon, the one that requires the whistle, the one in the forest, and then,
And then
Death
is
Mountain.
Is Spectacle
It's
Rock
something...
the last dungeon?
Yes, I think... Which is the canonical highest point in Hyrule. Still, although I am certain that even though I might get fucked over in this dungeon, it's not going to be harder than fucking Death Mountain in Zelda 2. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. That's a really weird difficulty spike in that game.
Yeah. And it also has the classic Zelda 2 problem of if you get game over, you know why Zelda 2 was like that? I think it's because, like, the Famicom disk system, it required, like, a dual-layer disc or something, and they didn't account for that when you were doing an NES cartridge. Something I read on the internet, so take that with a grain of salt.
That sounds maybe bogus.
Maybe, yeah. I will say I'm pretty proud that I've managed to do every single dungeon so far without a map. Okay, so let's try up, left, down, left. There we go. Up, left. Yep. Okay, so I think I might be able to get the magical sword, which is it this room? Are these Poes? Like, are these like? Because they look nothing like Poes, you know.
You'd have to ask the instruction manual about that one.
Please construct the instruction manual. Fuck off! Let me hit that. Is it?
Everyone at home, take that audio clip out of context.
I made the dumbest possible.
Oh, I think
if I had $1 billion to make a channel, also.
Okay, hold on.
maybe this is
I'm
how I
going
would
to look
enjoy
and
it.
make sure I just look because I don't want to do this, be a dumbass to this, and I don't think the game tells you. Let me double check.
This sure is something.
What?
The video that I posted
Video.
for my nostalgia critic documentary.
Okay, let's see.
I can't post it on Twitter and I'm so mad. Even though he follows me.
Okay, so it's the top left. Okay, yeah, I know which one it is now. Oh, please tell me I don't need the fucking power gauntlets to get it. That'd be bullshit.
You need the power glove.
It's so bad. Oh, is this a dungeon up here?
Damn, I was gonna say that.
Oh yeah, there's a which dungeon is this? Is this 5? Oh, it's 6.
It's the
Oh,
Ma-
I
the
ain't fucking
Mayo
doing
ass
dungeons.
dungeon.
That. Yes, it is literally because it's the one with the asshole wizards and the rogues. It's the literal clansman dungeon. I ain't doing that dungeon. That's like the hardest dungeon in the game. That's not Death Mountain. Okay, so I think
Zelda 1 has a swastika dungeon and
let's
clansman.
see.
This is
fuck,
basically
I think
the
I
most
need one
racist
more
thing of
hard
all
piece.
time.
Fuck.
I don't know. Is it more racist than like?
This
It's
is
a racist video game.
this is literally
I can't
as
think
bad
of
as
it.
Resident Evil 5.
Oh, that's a pretty bad one.
That game is so funny. It's like, come on, guys. Oh shit, I think I'm gonna die.
Come on.
Actually,
Come on, man.
oh fuck, I died.
Damn, let's go, Andy. He's dead.
Anyway, so I think I'll go heal up, get a potion.
Say the N word.
Yeah, of course. Oh wait, I don't have money. Fuck, I need to grind for money before I can get a potion. Hopefully the game is merciful.
Dude, we should stream Fortnite. What graphics card do you have?
I can stream Fortnite. I have a 1050 Ti.
That'll do.
It's not great, but it's better than what I used to have. So
I was running it on 90 with my 1060.
okay.
So yeah, it's actually surprisingly well optimized. I think it's because it's
Oh, you can
a
collect
VR
items
audience
with the
that
bow.
it
That's a
has.
game changer.
Yeah, we should stream. They just put Star Wars in.
Oh, did they? That's cool.
Yeah, you can get like lightsabers. And you kill John Wick with the lightsaber.
So I think the best way to
Most
money is
Reddit game.
probably to look up in the mountains because there's a bunch of cracks that I couldn't get to because I didn't have bomb.
I hate when
I
the
will say
bombs
this, like,
make it
while
so
it is
that I
kind of
can't get
frustrating how, like, terrible the map is in the original, this is a pretty well laid out overworld. Like, it's very clear, like, okay, there's that chunk. Like, there's the chunk that's on the coast, there's the forest in the center, there's the rocky desert that's south of the mountains, there's the eastern northeast mountains and northwest mountains, the graveyard. Like, now that we kind of have the whole map, like, unlocked now, it's not like Metroid 1 where every fucking screen is copy-pasted bullshit.
Yeah, it's like it's all squares, but it's an actual place made of squares.
Yes.
This
like
game is cozy.
Minecraft.
Yeah, this game is very cozy. For now. We are very closely approaching the point where it ain't gonna be cozy much more. It's gonna be kind of bullshit, in fact.
You know, I mean, ignoring the swastikas and the Klansmen and
Yeah.
Fuck off!
the temple that force converts you to Islam.
No, that's based. Oh boy, an arrow! Aren't these game designers wonderful?
Shut up.
In case you do not know, which you probably don't. Oh, so the fact that Resident Evil 5 had... I forgot about the spear-throwing zombies.
Yeah,
That's...
the like
So, that game has a lot of
the
problems.
almost naked tribesmen enemies.
That's a bit much. That's, like, too much. Like, that, like, everything else is, like...
I don't know.
That's bad, but that's,
alright.
like... Oh, man. No, but we have a black side character, so it's fine.
Exactly.
That is literally why that character exists.
100%. Okay, here's where the final dungeon of the game is.
It's really funny how like there were so many interviews at the time where they were like, oh no, that's not why that character's there. She's very important. She's gonna be in so many future games. Never showed up again.
No. Did that one guy who showed up, who sounds like Meowth, show up like in anything else? Like even one of the prequels? You know what I'm talking about. You're talking about the I'm a businessman with standards guy.
I don't think so.
He's great.
You'd play Resident Evil.
You do. You'd like it. It's pulpy bullshit.
I've played.
I don't have
some
money
of
to
the
gamble.
first game. And you were broke.
I am quite literally broke. I only have $6 to my name.
Andy, you're broke, and I. And neighbor.
Ooh, $5. Okay, there we go. I think, is the magical sword the last, well, I guess I don't have the food, but other than that, is that the last overworld upgrade that I'm missing?
Do you have both candles? I don't remember.
Fuck
Are
off,
both
game.
Is one of the candles in a dungeon? I don't remember.
I think one of the candles is in a dungeon. 'Cause I don't think you buy the red candle in a shop. Don't quote me on that, though. Oh, I need that. Come on. Thank you.
What is your name?
You know what would be nice if in a remake of this game or Link to the Past? Switching items with shoulder buttons. Especially, like, it wouldn't work in Ocarina of Time, but in Ocarina of Time, I mean, I will say, it's not nearly as bad in this game as it fucking is in, Link's Awakening.
They should just do, like...
Well, I'm not saying they should remake this game. I'm saying if they remake this game.
If they remade this or Link to the Past, they should just do like Link's Awakening did and just make a lot of the items just part of your moveset.
Yeah. Which, you know what, it is nice. I will be able to, because I use Yuzu, when I play Link, that way, so next time I play Link's Awakening, I can play the remake at 60 FPS, meaning it will be the definitive version of Link to the Past.
You mean Link's Awakening?
Or yeah, Link's Awakening. God, I need money. What the fuck is some money?
Yeah, it is a shame that that game doesn't run super great. Because in basically every other way, it's pretty much a flat-out improvement, other than just, you know, it's visually...
Does it still have the color dungeon?
Yes!
Good. They should have made that go 8-bit for a second.
I think that would have been corny.
I think you're corny.
You're not wrong.
And
I
you
do-
make sure to hold down the power button.
Well, that's only if you're
Gotta
not
make
saying.
sure.
It is also, I don't think this was the first console game. Actually, I think this was the first NES game, like home console video game, to have saving. Maybe something on the Master System, but certainly the first NES game.
Do you not consider the what was that console that was literally just a PC? I don't know. I was gonna do a bit there.
Does your battery? Did you have to replace the battery in Zelda, in your Zelda cartlet, or does it work?
Not when I played it, but that was like almost 10 years ago.
Ah, okay.
I don't have a Zelda cartridge anymore.
Oh wait,
should-
I was just realizing Eli was saying well, I guess it technically was the game of the 80s and then it came out in Japan, but in the US Mario 3 was 1990.
Yeah. So by default, unless you literally live in Japan, you are not.
If that's
allowed
the
to say
case,
that it's the game of
then
the
I
80s.
guess Mega Man 2.
I
I'd say Mega
also-
Man 2 is better
And I think
than
I said this. I think I would not say that in a million fucking years. I think I've said this to you before, Andy, while talking about Mario 3. I would also say that, like, as far as Mario 3 goes, when I think of Mario 3, I don't think of the NES version. I think of the All-Stars and or Game Boy Advance
Well, I will
version.
say, that is, unlike Mario 1, that is, I would say the SNES version is better. Because I think SNES Mario All-Stars is the best looking like pre N64 Mario game. Like I like that art style a lot. What do you think?
I've never played though.
Man, I need less friends who
I think-
are just PC gamers.
I think Mario is a funny little guy.
Less funny than Sonic, but pretty funny.
No, honestly, I think Mario is okay. It depends on different types of funny.
Yeah.
I would say Mario is funnier, but Mario does not behave funnier.
I would say, well, I would say there are I would say Luigi is funnier, but I would say Mario himself is not. You know what's the best joke in the series?
I would say Luigi is very serious business.
You know what I would say is the best joke in the series? I think in Mario Power Tennis to the GameCube, if Luigi beats Mario, when they're standing on like a victory plateau together, fucking Mario steps on Luigi's foot like an asshole. He's like, "How dare you fucking upstage me?" I'm
And
looking.
you compare that to their relationship in Dream Team.
Well, to be fair, like every Luigi is like Paper Luigi's very different from Mario RPG Luigi, who's kind of different from Luigi's Mansion Luigi. Like there's a broad strokes characterization for Luigi, but it's not as consistent as Mario.
Does Mario even have a character?
Yeah, blank slate.
Does that count?
Technically. His character exists to contrast other characters, so I would say that counts. Like, Mario exists in contrast. Anyway, where the fuck am I just want some more rupees, please. I could do the dungeon without-
Projared's dick lookalike.
Why don't you look it up and see for yourself? Please tell me. Thank God.
Oh, I remember.
We still need
these
another
dicks.
20, but it's a start.
Oh. That is a very weird looking dick.
Were you in the group chat when we found Epstein's egg dick?
No.
It was in the sensor chat. Yeah, we found it. It's real.
I haven't been on today.
Oh,
I
it
know-
was
I
it
knew
was
that
it was
it's real.
days ago. It was not today. Sword Beam's cool. I don't like that you have to have, like, it's kind of cool to have a mechanic that needs like 100 health. to get, but, You know what I think I'm gonna do, Lid? And this is a bad idea. There's a gambling house over there. I could now... Okay, if I get under 30 rubies, I'm gonna save state. I think that's the... Nope.
You know, the first step of solving a problem is just admitting that it exists.
Fuck.
Andy, play bet win, baby. Use code fucking Cometown for an extra $200 when you gamble.
Okay, we're just gonna save state now. And I know it's not, but I'm trying to grind for money, so... You know, I should probably save state instead, like, right here, so I don't have to go in and out every time I lose.
Go ahead, dude.
Nope. Wait, hold on. I want to check something. Oh. Oh, did it save over another state? Oh, well. Nope. Oh, wait, no, it did. I was just reading it wrong. I go... Okay, yes. So oh, so it's auto predict anytime you go in. So that changes things. That makes this a lot easier because I can do this and then
Cheater.
Oh, I just got 50. All right, we're good. Look, man, I spent a lot of time grinding for money. I don't need to spend any more fucking time.
Play bet win, baby.
Is there a potion shop right here? No.
It's honestly kind of beautiful to me that Netflix is making a screwball comedy movie about Blockbuster.
Yeah. Yeah, considering where they're ending
They're
up.
going to become Blockbuster, yeah.
Yeah, they're busting, all
They
right.
are T-1 fiscal quarter or whatever.
I mean, it's a little too big to... Hold on, let me see over there. That looks like a thing I can burn. I have enough money to take it if it's a rent asshole. Oh, it's just a shop. Okay, I don't care. You know what I think this translation might have taken out, which is one of my favorite lines in the series? Boy, this sure is expensive, huh?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know. Can I get a discount, asshole?
It's just funny how it's like
Jared.
is like most of the text in the game is clearly supposed to be the NPC is saying that, but that's like one of the few lines where it's like, is this Link talking? Or is this something the shopkeep
I thought you were
is
gonna say,
saying?
is this something
And
that
it's
the
just
game
been-
designers are saying?
Yeah.
Like, boy, kid, isn't this...
I was gonna say, is it something the shopkeep is saying, and it's just like translated from the wrong perspective?
I think it's because nothing else Link says in the game, so I don't think he can talk. I think it is the shopkeeper, like, hey.
Oh, Jared is still making content.
Oh yeah, no, never stop. If he was gonna stop, he wouldn't have come back. Alright, let's see. Fuck. Okay, I can take the hit at least.
He's doing like a retro nostalgia thing now.
I mean,
Wasn't he always kind of?
yeah. I was gonna say, is
I
that
mean,
any
he's
different?
Like, he's branched out and like he just covers like things that came out now that also came out.
Is that any different? Like he always did kind of indie review stuff.
Like he would do.
No, I meant like
do
movies
you remember?
and shit.
Oh, he's doing movies. Oh, that's more
Yeah,
fun.
he's just dropped a review of the '90s Captain America movie.
Like back when he did like 1-minute reviews, he would cover new shit, but almost everything he did was always old stuff.
Outside of John, because me and Lid were big John heads.
Oh man.
We were. It was the truth.
I was scrolling through projared's Twitter, and I guess he posted some, like, you know how you can like censor things like images now.
Yeah.
He posted one, I guess, to like hide a spoiler for a Final Fantasy game or whatever. But I was just sort of absent-mindedly like not looking at it. It's all like just projared and then content warning nudity. I'm like, damn, that boy wilding out.
I mean, yeah.
You're gonna let the Schmeat hang one more time.
Oh man. Hold on, sorry, I missed it in the chat. Link's Awakening for Switch is perfect. First game with a save battery, exactly right. Really, you're cheating yourself and becoming video games and use hacks. Hey, look, that's understandable, but that's between you and Jesus. Every now and then, Zelda will lapse into second-person voice like Dragon Quest or something. That seems like something Dragon Quest would do. I know Dragon Quest is full of the most obnoxious puns ever. Like, they are just like, hey, here's Simpleton. It's full of simpletons.
Like that's the name of a town.
Yes.
That's funny.
Oh, also, apparently, I remember reading the ROM hack. They wanted to make the single rupee green because he stopped the flashing. But still, because of hardware limitations, it can only be yellow, which implies that this ROM hack does work on official hardware.
You're gonna work on official hardware.
I don't know.
There are so many Zelda ROM hacks that you can get as reproduction cartridges. It's crazy.
I don't want to get into the Pokemon ROM hacks where it's like
There's a lot of
give the
good
trainer
ones.
a gun. Like all the edgy, like, you know, I just listened to Linkin Park fucking ROM hacks. I'm gonna get into those.
Anyway, I don't think I'll do the next dungeon. Well, Should I? I don't know. Let me see how long we've been going for. Well, under 2 hours. I guess I can do
2 hours.
one more dungeon and then probably beat. Because Death Mountain, there's no way Death Mountain is gonna fucking take forever.
Remember back when you'd play a video game and you'd play as like a funny little character instead of just a guy?
Child Link is better than Adult Link because it fits the like themes of the series more. Even though Adult Link is hot. Oh,
I feel
it's
like
poles.
Bugs.
I feel like
Also, you can
Twilight-
kill him with the sword.
I feel like Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, like older Link, are fine, but Ocarina of Time older Link is definitely.
What about
like-
Breath of the Wild, older Link?
Ooh.
I mean, Breath of the Wild
trailer for
is. Question time: is Breath of the Wild Link meant to be as old as Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword?
No, but I think he is
I
like
think
an
it's
adult.
up to interpretation.
Well, he's 100 years old, so.
I got yeah. So you know, anything's fair game at that point, right?
That's what anime taught me.
Yeah. Trailer for the new fucking Cronenberg film drops tomorrow.
Dig Doggers loathe certain kinds of sound.
Like the N-word.
Oh, What's the name of the mummies in this game?
Yeah.
Are they not Gibdos?
Oh yeah, I couldn't remember. That's the thing. So is it possible to beat this dungeon without the ladder, I wonder?
What's that bitch? The fucking projared. What's her name again? What's her like? Her handle or whatever? It's something to do with like birds, right?
Heidi? Or the girly chick?
No.
Or Rubber Ross's ex?
Yeah, Rubber Ross's ex.
Poor Ross.
What's her? Is she still on Twitter?
I think so, probably.
Wow, and she's unprived too.
I mean,
Oh, she came out as non-binary.
Oh, you can deal a ton of damage with bombs if they land direct hit. That's cool.
oh yeah, bombs, like, you can kill a manhandler with one bomb if you, like, get it just right.
I mean, it's funny that, like, the fantasy series just has gunpowder. More games should do that. Okay. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Fuck the fucking... Oh, these assholes suck.
It's so cool to be like a Portland big hat lady that just like cheats on your husband with a pedophile. I'm gonna be on this projared shit for the rest of you.
I mean, go ahead, you know? We've all got history with them. We all know.
Yeah. Heidi, she was bad.
That's just...
What?
the implication.
Oh.
We've all got history with Projared.
And is there something you would like to share on this page?
Yeah, were you part of that Tumblr group?
Lid, you're
What's
the
a
only one
Snapchat
here who I know for a fact used Tumblr. Let's get that out of the way. Lid, would you
no.
would
I
you
use
like to
Tumblr.
reveal to the class that you were part of the Super Kulak fandom?
Hey, I
God.
was never into Supernatural.
Okay, okay.
But other than that, yeah, that's not false.
I dated a girl who was super hula. Actually, I dated two girls who were super hula.
Of course you did. That's your fucking type, 100%.
I had
You don't have to call
friends.
me out.
I knew girls at that time who I like I'd go to their house to like watch the shows with them and stuff, and it was like,
Yeah.
like, to me it was like totally like, yeah, I'm just going to a friend's house to watch a show. But like, looking back, there was definitely an element of like, you know, that's probably not how at least some of those girls saw that.
Yeah. No, I dated a girl for 3 months. That was super hula. And remember, I was like, partly because I was just super autistic, and partly because I was just like oblivious to how dating worked. A bunch of them would like invite me over to go watch like just the most dog shit ABC show you can imagine.
I can imagine dog shit.
And then they would be like, you know, why didn't you make a move or whatever? It's like, because the show sucked and I wanted to go home. Like, I don't know, I've just watched 4 episodes of Once
King shit,
Upon a
honestly.
Time. I don't want to fuck. Like, one of the times we just watched like Elf at like a Christmas party, and it's like, this shit sucks, man. Where's the euphoria part of high school? They also did, they did like, this is a funny story. So they were all obviously white, and I'm not. And I guess at one of the like, the Halloween parties when I was like 14 or some shit, they like made it look like someone had like invaded the home while we were like not paying attention or whatever. And it was like, I guess supposed to be a prank. I didn't realize it, but I just like went for a knife. They were all like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know, like true crime white girls love to like pretend that they're, you know, imminently about to be murdered or whatever.
Oh man.
High school was so cool.
It's like it's honestly like so annoying, like meeting like those types of people in real
Yeah.
life.
And they're all like super successful. Like they objectively won. Because all of media is like that now.
Yeah.
Like, I say this a lot, but my ex, who was Wattpad famous at the time, is probably more likely to get like a Netflix deal off of her shitty fan fictions that she wrote when she was like, you know, 15, than I would ever do like actually trying to get a script produced.
I think Wind Waker might have the best tone and lore of any Zelda. Sorry I haven't been checking chat that much.
They've been talking about Gibdos and shit. I think that's the mean word for the Native Americans.
That's the name for mummies. Again, Zelda has
Oh,
stupid
okay.
names for everything that's normal. Except bombs and arrows and stuff, I guess. Like all the enemies.
I fucked the shit out of Projared's ex-wife.
Okay.
I think one of the funniest things, I mean, it's totally unrelated to the drama, but one of the funniest things about ProJared's ex-wife and Rubber Ross's, were they married or were they just dating?
I think they were married. Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I remember hearing
those
they got
two
divorced.
had like they had a TV show on
Yeah.
cable, and Ross was on like a couple episodes and later gave some behind the scenes knowledge that like
That was where the cucking happened.
no, that show like basically just like saying like that he, from being on that show, he knew for a fact that like cable TV gets like no fucking views compared to YouTube shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's over. I mean, I guess the best like hope for a cable TV show is just like Adult Swim stuff. That's the only stuff that I feel like
Yeah.
gets any buzz.
I mean, wasn't Smiling Friends like literally like one of the biggest TV premieres like outside of sporting events in ages?
Yeah. Well, even that, you also got
It's
Rick
so
and Morty
funny.
and
I might
stuff.
have to run it back this week.
And also, everything's on HBO Max. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my, I gotta get my phone real quick. Or my phone charger.
Didn't ProJared have like a show with Rubber Ross? Like a YouTube show? Isn't like didn't they like
I feel-
met or like got cucked because of like a Dungeons and...
I don't know.
Or am I thinking of some
Like
other show?
I'm back.
all those guys, they all had shows together. They might have.
Didn't... Hold on. I'll look it up.
They
Rubber
might have
Ross.
been on what was Game Grumps' board game segment called?
Board Grumps or whatever.
That's not what it was called. What was it
Gibdo's
called?
Gaslight Gatekeep.
That's pretty fun. They might have been on the Monster Hunter series together, because I know they both were real into that. Remember Guild Grumps?
No.
Was it the Hanukkah one?
Guild Grumps was like... It was Ross forcing all the Game Grumps members to play World of Warcraft, but it had like a reality TV show budget. but like
For wow.
You know what?
almost everyone quit.
I heard
halfway
Geld
through.
Grumps, and I thought that they were trying to do like a.
Oh shit! I just
Yeah,
realized there's
Hanukkah
another heart
series,
container I
and
can
that
get.
Geld.
I might as well go get that.
I was like, that's a weird cut for them to not.
You
to,
know what? I
like,
can get it later. If I have trouble.
what can we do for the Jew show? You know, oh, let's just do gold in Hebrew.
Yeah. Is cable TV? I'm responding to Beaumore's post in chat. Is cable TV then the mobile gaming of the filmmaking world? Where they're just it's all just trying to get the attention of one whale to spend a shitload of money.
Yeah. Did you? So can we talk about something insane that happened this year, which is G4 is fucking back?
Is it still going?
No, it died and came back.
No, I mean, like, is the reboot still going?
I think so.
That feels like it would have been
One of
something that got axed.
not Way Forward. Who's the Shovel Knight devs?
Yacht Club.
Yacht Club revealed their newest game, which was like a Zelda thing on there.
Wow, a Zelda thing from the Shovel Knight dev?
Yeah. It's like Shovel Knight meets Molemania, which you obviously have no context for what Molemania is, but you know.
Yeah, I think Mole Man.
Isn't Scott the Woz on there? I mean, rerun. It's so funny the G4 Scott the Woz episodes, because it's like, can't use any fucking copyrighted music.
You can't use the song.
No.
The Scott the Woz song.
When are they gonna re-release Hyperbit Heroes?
That's not what it's called.
Or, what is it called again?
It's called 3D Dot Game.
Oh, right, 3D Dot Game. I was gonna get mixed up with some other stuff.
But yes, they do
Fuck off. Stop
absolutely
doing
need
this
to
sharp
release
turn
that
bullshit.
on a system that people can actually play it on, because nobody wants to pay $100 for a PS3.
We got a
Read
follow.
this.
Hold on, let me shout out the follow.
Why'd you
The
put,
Purple
like, this-
Tactical, Tentacle, thank you for the follow.
How much of Channel Awesome like is the fucking like stereotype of an actor you're from? Like it's pretty much just them where that came from, right?
I don't know. I'm not
Fuck,
an
I need more
internet
bombs.
historian.
Okay, at least we got the map now.
I like basically didn't really use the internet until like 2012.
That's the move, honestly.
That was, I mean, I used the internet pretty regularly from like 2009 and stuff, but I'm watching, you know, Newground shit and early YouTube. Did I tell, I remember I mentioned on the Get Cynical episode that I watched Irate Gamer before AVGN.
That's weird.
It is.
It is kind of cool that a few people in fucking.
Well, because James
Channel
wasn't on
Awesome
YouTube at the
got
time.
married to each other.
Can someone give me bombs, please? There we go.
Phaelus seems like a good guy.
Who?
I like Phaelus.
Oh, Phaelus, yeah. I mean, he got fucked over real hard into Boldly Flay. Because
What happened?
he had experience in 2D animation, so Doug made him do the CGI. And then behind his back, he would say to his face that everything was great, but behind his back, he would ask other guys like, "Is he giving this his all? Like, is he trying?"
Jeez.
Also, he had to work like 18-hour days.
Poor Phaelus.
Oh yeah, he got fucked.
He seems like a nice guy.
He's fine.
Is he married to
I don't know.
that VHS lady?
Maybe. I guess you can only come up from the top.
Can't you use the candles on the Gibdos
Probably.
to make them? I think they just turn into skeletons.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. Oh, fuck you. I have to go in again. Oh, fuck that. Oh, right. This is the T shape. You're right. The PSP3 price bubble Pop-Tart. Oh, it's $30 now.
I have no idea
Wow.
where they're finding that price. I'm telling you, if you see a listing for $30, that is someone selling the manual.
Okay, I'll use the candle. No? Doesn't look like it. Might be in a Link to the Past.
Or they're
Yeah.
selling an imported Japanese copy, which, you know, you could do worse, but
You can also do better.
yeah.
I mean, PS3 emulation also exists, that's true. So, you know.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the genuine experience.
I like that the ladder can just trivialize some rooms.
I mean, that's the best thing in games. It's good when having or not having a thing can make it completely different.
Spoken like a true Mega Man fan. I'm not even judging you, I'm just saying that's a very Mega Man thing to say. And also kind of a Kirby thing to say. Okay, we're gonna use one of our 2 potions we've got.
Animal Awesome is like the most interesting piece of American art that's
Oh,
been
yeah.
produced in the last 20 years. I'm like enamored with it.
It is insane. We're probably going to do a movie stream at some point. No promises when or if, but like just like as a theoretical thing that could happen.
It's crazy how long Angry Joe stuck with it.
He still has double. He has double the He has the subscribers of Lindsay and Doug put together.
Damn.
Well, subscribers Lindsay
That's
used
because
to
he's
have.
got that Latin flavor, dude.
Well, it's because
You're
like,
welcome.
as dumb as a rock as Angry Joe is, he's still better than like an IGN or GameSpot.
As dumb as a rock as Angry Joe is, there are a lot of people in the world who are dumb as rocks.
Yeah.
I can easily imagine the persona subscribed to Angry Joe. Quite easily.
Is this the boss room? Yeah, it is. We don't have the item. I don't think we got the item for the room, so we're not. And actually, can I go down? Yes, I can. I think that you'll let me. Oh, this is just a trap. Okay, so I gotta go all the way through the dungeon again to get the item. Cool. So if I hit continue lid, would I start back at the beginning of the dungeon?
I believe so.
Fuck it, let's do that.
I'm pretty sure it's just if you save or
Yep,
save
okay.
and quit, it brings you back to the start.
Nice.
of the
Okay, so
game.
yeah, and then we gotta go this way. Yeah, because we gotta go through the Dirknut room, unfortunately. Oh, 5 rubies.
There were so many people. That awesome.
Yeah, no.
What the fuck? The former contributors page has 200 entries.
Yeah. What do you expect? Oh, do I have to kill all these
This
assholes?
is-
I think I do.
Andy, are you subscribed to Chris Davis?
Who's Chris Davis?
A video game reviewer. I think he mostly talks about old PC RPGs.
No, I don't think I am. Oh god, this is so much easier with full health. It's still bullshit, but
He just uploaded his Horizon Forbidden West review.
I can't imagine a guy who likes old PC games is particularly kind to provide
He
Forbidden West.
he actually Horizon Zero Dawn was his game of the year that year.
Interesting.
And he basically thinks Horizon Forbidden West is just a worse version of it.
I've heard some people like mixed on whether it's slightly better or slightly worse, but no one's like.
It basically, he said the only good things about it are better in the first game, and it makes a lot of like it does a lot of trendy things without thinking about why those things are popular.
Oh, I didn't even have to fuck off.
So, some of these, like, these channel awesome contributors, by the way, you're doing very interesting Discord on Legend of Zelda.
Some are even dumber. That is correct. Some are dumber than rocks.
Some of these people sound like made-up superheroes for, like, some, like, fake-ass wannabe CW show. Like, who the fuck is Iron Liz?
Oh, I remember them from the movies.
Oh, I guess she worked with Linkara.
The Lightbringer himself.
The Lightbringer, dude.
Fuck it. Oh, we're out of bombs. Okay.
Wow, that's so funny. I guess she like met Linkara at her Barnes and Noble job.
Do you like Dark Nuts or Iron Knuckles better?
What's the difference?
I think Iron Knuckles usually have balls and chains, and these guys have swords.
Swords are cooler.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah. You know what game these guys are the coolest in?
expensive.
Absolutely, they're fucking awesome in Twilight Princess. Oh, did I just...
Like, they, for one thing, the fact that they like start off slow with heavy armor and then they just like throw
There's the
their
whistle.
sword at you and like turn into like a
Oh yeah,
you
they're
know, like a
awesome.
fencer. But then it's also like, they're like one of the 3 enemies in the game where using all of your moves doesn't completely trivialize the fight.
Yep. That's the... I like Twilight Princess, but it definitely has room for improvement. Like,
I mean, Twilight Princess is like my favorite Zelda game, but
what if it was
most of the
more
enemies
an
in that
action
game are most of the enemies in that game are really weak.
Yeah, that's kind of one of my my biggest problem is like, I wish everything dealt more damage or took more damage or just like.
I think it's fine for Zelda to be easy.
I think
because
it's
for babies.
No, here's the thing. It's fine for Zelda to be easy. It's not fine for that Zelda to be easy because that Zelda is going for big high fantasy epic game.
You see, I don't get why. I mean, I guess here the weird thing about Zelda, especially Ocarina of Time in particular, is that like you think about Ocarina of Time and it's like looking back, you look at it and it's like that game obviously has an art style. You know, like you look at the official art and you look at the graphics and it's like they're clearly trying to adapt the concept art to 3D graphics. The problem is that Ocarina of Time was also like one of relatively few games at the time to have like realistically proportioned humans.
Yeah.
So a lot of people looked at it and were like, yeah, this for the time is realistic. And so when Twilight Princess, so like obviously, you know, the E3 demo and then Wind Waker, people were like, why is it a fucking cartoon? And then Twilight Princess came out and it wasn't cel shaded.
Here's the thing.
Everyone went like, oh, it's the realistic Zelda.
No,
But it's,
I'm not
like,
saying it is the realistic Zelda. I'm saying it's going for...
It's still really cartoony, and
Yeah.
it's just like...
No, but I feel like it's literally everything about that game is, here is Ocarina of Time, but bigger and more theatrical. It's a theatrical. It's like, here's a bunch... Like, it's the most set-piece Zelda, I feel like. Outside of maybe Skyward Sword, but Skyward Sword's bad.
God, who's this?
How's the stream going? Since I've
Stream's
been on?
going
It's going
alright.
good.
We're finishing up Dungeon 5 and then probably ending it.
There's a guy in Channel Awesome, or I guess formerly in Channel Awesome.
Have you been talking about Channel Awesome since they've been gone?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
We've been talking about
Okay.
like Eli's been bringing it up, and we've been going around conversation to it. But
No,
we
I
haven't
got
been the
really
main
into
focus.
projared for a minute there.
Yeah, that's also true. We've been talking about. You know about. You don't know about it. Oh wait, we gotta show off. We gotta show off the thing, Lid. We gotta.
What? What's the thing?
We gotta show off how Pole's voice.
Very
Oh, are
involved,
you
though.
gonna scream into your microphone to kill him?
I wish I could. It'd
Yeah,
be funny if I
Andy
could do
scream
that.
slurs.
Yeah, Andy, I'll give you a pass to say.
You know what? I'm gonna
to
say
one of them.
something, Lid, that you might think is controversial. I don't know. Every game that has ever used a microphone as a mechanic is bad. Oh, well, not as a bad game, but as
Are
a
you
bad
saying Lego
decision.
Indiana Jones 2 for the Nintendo DS is bad?
I'm saying it's a bad decision. And they could have.
You know, literally the only game... Okay, so there is a game that I'm thinking of that had a microphone mechanic originally, and then they removed it, and it somehow actually made the game worse. Could
What?
you guess what game I'm thinking of?
No. What are you? Tell me.
Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah,
What
The
did they
main-
make you do in exchange?
The actual problem. Okay, so there's two things that used the microphone. Obviously, it was just, you know, like a Phantom Hourglass style blow into the microphone to make wind happen mechanic.
Yeah.
And one of the things that it did was platforms, and they just switched those to just make them move automatically, and that's fine. The problem is that was also your main way of dealing with the tiny Goombas.
Oh
And
yeah.
There's just no
Oh.
way to deal with them anymore. So now you just have a shitload of hard to hit enemies.
Yeah, you know, I think that because they changed the way the platforms work, they should have just made them regular because that would have been fine.
Yeah, that would have been better.
I think the one that I like is actually from another Mario game.
do
I
I?
like Bowser's Inside Story. I like the Fire Breath. It's fun. It's really easy. Like, you're never gonna really fail it.
Fuck. Am I
But
gonna...
it's a fun little... It's a gimmick, but I like it.
Fuck. I'm playing a bullet hell right now. Fuck me. Alright.
There are a remarkable amount of channel awesome who've just become furries.
Nice. Fortunately, now that we have the
This
warp
should be
whistle,
so
grinding
interesting,
should
though.
go a little easier because we can just run down and run back.
So, you know the Mega Man homepage? I assume
Yes,
Andy-
the
Andy
website.
probably-
The like, didn't it have like guides and
I assume
stuff?
Andy's probably the only one here who knows. So, yeah, it's basically like a wiki run by one person that also has their like fanfics on it and stuff. But I was curious, like, what are they up to these days? And literally the only thing that I could find on the internet from
Was a channel
the
awesome
past-
thing?
who knows how long. No, it was
Sorry, you cut out.
it was the thing. They Patreon a bunch of furry artists.
Ah, okay.
That was literally the only thing I could find with that person's name on it.
Oh,
like
it
the
goes
past
backwards in
10
number.
years.
That's weird. How do you feel about playing
Chris
Zelda 1 with a
Stuckman
real
was in
map? Just
channel
looking at it.
awesome? What the fuck?
Well, what do you mean?
Chris Stuckman was in channel awesome
Whoa,
What
that's
the
deep
fuck?
lore. Oh, wrong
until
one.
2018. God damn.
Wait, is it not gonna warp me to... Come on. Okay, this is level 1.
Was Movie Bob channel awesome?
I don't... No, he was the escapist, same as Yahtzee.
Oh, okay.
I think this is the correct one. Oh, god damn it.
Dungeon 2 again.
If not, I'll just wait till I get to 4 and then go back. But I thought, like... Wait, that's 2. That's 3.
Wow.
That's
The
4.
Amazing Atheist was a fucking channel awesome guy.
Why did he leave?
Oh, it's 1. It's fucking... God damn it. It only does
He
the
looks
first
like
4
shit
dungeons.
now.
Piece of shit. God damn it.
He looks
What's
really
the point
bad.
of that? Stupid.
Although I guess Link to the Past whistle also only works in the light world, so trade-offs. Although it's still not like it's hard to get in the Dark World in Link to the
Yeah,
Past.
yeah. I mean, it's really easy to.
Anyway, alright, let's go back and then we'll finish the dungeon and then we'll end the stream.
Why are all the rocks snails? I never understood that.
That's
I
a
just
good
clicked on the Amazing Atheist Twitter, and he is very passionately into the Johnny Depp trial.
Of course he is. Would you
Which-
expect it?
Which get that tracks. That tracks.
I mean, you know. I remember Johnny, the Amazing Atheist was like the most like pro Bernie of that like Gamergate, those atheist YouTuber to Gamergate guys.
Yeah.
Which I'll give him that at least, but it's not much.
Remember Banana Gate?
Well, oh. Vaguely, yeah. No, I.
Banana Gate.
Lid, would you like to
Look it up. Look up Amazing Atheist Banana Gate. Go ahead.
You're so happy. This is the happiest I've heard.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that there's someone who knows about the Amazing Atheist but hasn't heard about Banana Gate.
Also, yes, we haven't mentioned on stream, but yes, I do. The Ocarina of Time being the whistle, opening of Ocarina of Time being the whistle from this game
Oh
is
my
a very
god.
must time. Yeah. That's,
Damn. Oh, man. Holy shit.
it's nice how many rooms in this game you don't need to fight enemies in. Okay, let's.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Isn't it though?
That's so cool. It's so cool to be like a fucking SJW ruining comedy and then sodomizing yourself with a banana.
What?
Eli was not ready for that information. He did not expect that to be what Banana Gate was.
There's so
Huh.
many beautiful faces in Chet Lawson.
Oh yeah, no.
Wonderful
Eli
designs.
or Cole, you've seen that image that's like online. That's like, but we don't look polyamorous. That's all Channel Awesome hosts.
Yeah, that's all of them. Like, even the cis women look kind of cloggy and like Lindsay Ellis looks like she's on like round 2 of a 4-round FFS.
All right, redemption time. You got this.
Yeah,
got
I
so
got
many
I got
hearts.
2 potions. I better fucking have it. There we go. I think I literally died on the last hit. Anyway,
I don't think I'm gonna make my port.
over half the Triforce, actually, half the Triforce was last time, because the last dungeon doesn't have it, but... Okay. I think I will use the save feature.
No.
Anyway, so that was the first Legend of Zelda stream. I'll probably do dungeons 4 through 6, or 6 through 9 on the next stream. I think that sounds like a good, especially since those dungeons are fucking hard. Like Dungeon 5 is hard, and that's like the difficulty point. And well, 6 is really hard. I think 7's fine. 8's kind of hard, and Death Mountain's an absolute bitch. Oh yeah, Valmore. I love streaming. I've been doing it fairly consistently. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to hang out with friends. It's a great way to force myself to finish video games since I'm very flaky and procrastinating about just engaging media a lot. That's not just Twitter and internet bullshit. So, but yeah, I think this is a good place to end the.
Andy,
stream.
you should end the stream with a beautiful serenade of you singing the Linkara theme.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know the lyrics to Linkara theme.
Damn. That's fucked up.
Link Hara to the past.
Oh
Topical.
no. So,
Holy shit. Can
Anyway.
you say that?